streaming again now then. Yay. Alright, we are back online, people. Hello, I'm alive.
Welcome back, Mr. Turbo. How was your journey in the underworld?
It was long and vast.
What's going on?
The internet died.
Ah, so shitty.
We've been suffering from a few storms recently, so I'm actually surprised. Really strong wind, so I'm actually surprised the internet's not gone out before now. But yeah, it's just come back on a minute ago, so I just did that. I didn't actually know if it was going to come back on or not, so I finished off the farm mission, which only took me like 5 minutes. I basically just teleported back to where the arena is, and I'm about to do that now. But it'll be in the recording anyway, like in the edited version, so it's not like I did it off screen or anything like that.
Also, are you aware that it's just showing off the like who you become thumbnail?
Yeah,
there?
I just did that while I was getting Discord back up.
Alright, I just wanted to mention that because I wasn't sure if you knew or not.
Yeah, don't worry, I knew.
It would really suck if you live streamed a bunch of gameplay and then found out that there's no actual gameplay being progressed. It's just a still image.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that again. I have done that before.
Yeah, that sounds like the pits. And you were just about to tell the goat story.
I actually told the story because I was talking. I was thinking you guys were listening to me, and then nobody was responding. So I basically told the entire story of the course of like 60 seconds, and nobody actually heard the fucking thing. It caught on the recording, but it's not gonna have caught on the thingy. But I'll tell it again just in case. Did you catch any of the story, by the way, or did I cut off straight away?
You cut off straight away, and we just started shooting the shit. No pun intended.
Fair enough. Alright, so what happened was, a couple of years ago, the SLPH were racing a Tiny Toons game. I can't remember which one it was. It was on the Super Nintendo. I think it was Buster Bust Loose, but I couldn't say... Was it? Alright.
Yes.
So...
Yes.
I wasn't in the race, but Dine usually streams his screen of the race while they're racing, so I was able to watch that. And at one point during the race, by the way, I wasn't really paying attention. I had like my DS. I think I was grinding in Pokemon or something like that. At one point during the race, when I wasn't really paying attention, Dine just let out this rip-roaring scream from a death or something like that. I can't remember what it was.
Yep.
But because you gotta understand, this is like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning for me, if not later, and scared the living daylights out of me. There's so much that I actually dropped my DS on the floor, and unfortunately, the small bit of plastic that connects the top half of the DS to the bottom snapped. Now, it still worked, but over the course of the last couple of years, it's gone a lot worse. It's barely hanging on now, so... Yeah, it didn't particularly go very well, let's just put it that way.
I've had two different DSs that have suffered the exact same fate, unfortunately.
What, dying screaming?
And the exact same fate of just the hinge completely just disintegrating and dying. See, I had an original fat DS. Yes, where the hinge died, and I'd working with it to an extent, but eventually the top screen just completely crapped out, and it just displays pure blue. So it's a blue screen of death on my DS. I never expected
That's a shame.
Then let's see the second one. It broke, and I basically my mother took the temporary solution of just gluing it open so that we wouldn't have to worry about it breaking. But eventually, she apparently was thinking about going into college for some computer related stuff and had some skill with electronics. And like so, I did some helping, and she tried her very best to try to get some parts off of eBay, and just repair the DS herself. she came close. She assembled it, and it seemed to be okay, but it did not power on correctly. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what was wrong in the end, but
Shit. So terrible.
Well, he actually did. To be fair, Dyne did apologize when it happened.
I think it was actually.
Yeah.
I think it was also actually a third one. I was mostly just using it to play Guitar Hero, but I definitely got my money's worth out of it. But its hinges also in the process of being just dying.
Mm. Well, I actually had a second DS at the time anyway, because I got one at like a boot sale really cheap. But yeah, it did kind of annoy me still nonetheless.
I'm trying to figure out how you play Guitar Hero on a DS.
It has a
They actually-
touchscreen, so.
They actually released a special peripheral that plugs into the Game Boy Advance slot of the DS. So
Of course they did.
that's the unfortunate side effect of making it so you cannot play any of the DS Guitar Hero games on anything newer than a DS Lite, because they removed the Game Boy Advance port on later models.
Oh.
But you'd be surprised. Even though there's only 4 buttons on the grip, you also hold the DS sideways, and you have one hand on the grip to push the buttons, and use the other hand on the touchscreen to strum by swiping back and forth.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Cool.
Definitely works a lot better than Rock Band on the DS. I tried playing that, and they tried putting all the actual beats on buttons instead. So to push D-pad up, put D-pad up to hit one, you had to push Y to hit the other one, stuff like that.
That for some reason would strike me as easier than strumming, but for some reason I'm like in Donkey Kong Country 3, for example, when you have to get the banana birds, that sequence or whatever. For some reason I'm good at the memory games. I don't know why.
I think everyone has that one thing that they somehow managed to do easily, despite the fact that it's supposed to be really hard.
Yeah.
Let's see for Darkside Phil, he somehow managed to pass the infamous wrong side of the Eye of the Tracks mission on his very first try by pure luck.
Which game were we talking about?
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It's a particularly infamous mission, but it's infamous because almost no one passes it on the first try.
I think I've soft-locked the game. Well, no, I haven't. Have I?
Alright, false alarm.
No. I couldn't hit this fucking bug, but it just won't let me hit him. Never mind. Wouldn't be the first time I've done that. Oh, Fable 3 is terrible for fucking game-breaking glitches as well.
Well,
See, yeah, personally, my weird thing that I'm oddly good at that's supposed to be super hard is that the original Mega Man, the Yellow Devil, I don't really find him that hard.
I'm trying to think of something that's really supposed to be hard that I'm fairly decent at, but unfortunately I'm drawing a blank.
I'm trying to think.
Everyone's got something.
I'm trying to think of my best game break, and I can't. There's so many times where these RPGs, especially the older ones, are so fragile. I don't understand. Now, if we're going back NES days, I used to break Mega Man 3 on a daily basis.
I just thought of something, but it's not actually a game that's hard. Is the barrels in Sonic 3 Carnival Night Zone. Yeah, everybody I've spoken to got stuck on that bit. I didn't. The first time I played the game.
You lucky.
I never understood why so many people had problems with that. Especially when there's only so many things you can actually try before you finally find out what it is. I'm trying to think of anything else. It's an actual game, though.
Let's see, in terms of stuff that I've ended up breaking. Let's see, there's one particular RPG Maker game that I got for a really cheap price in a bundle. I'm not sure how much that really counts because the game was broken in the first place, so it wasn't that much of a challenge to break it.
I don't know. It might. If we're talking recent, the last time I played Donkey Kong Country 3 on my SNES, of course I have a cartridge for almost everything. When I tried to play that, I loaded it up, and apparently I played one level in the Lost World, and after I beat that level, every single level loaded, like, opened up and had, like, blue and pink flags. I was like, what the hell? I have no recollection of doing any of the Lost World on that file. I promptly went and saved it, and that was that. I
Hmm.
was like, I, what the, like, has anybody had that happen?
No, but then again, I've never played DKC free.
Which is, well, and now in DKC 2, I will probably have to find another copy of the cartridge, because if when you get to a certain point in certain levels, when you have to bounce off certain enemies and you're doing the sequence and the game starts, moving faster, the RNG and all that,
Hmm.
yeah, it'll lock the game, like it's playing a PS2 game and it's cracked, bro.
Yeah, personally, the most recent experience I have of really breaking a game was Final Fantasy VI.
Tell me, please.
Yeah,
Tell me.
it just so happens that I own a 1.0 cartridge of the game, which means that there's one particular glitch that isn't fixed.
Okay.
What's the glitch?
It's the sketch glitch.
Oh
I don't know what
God.
that is.
What did you do?
Basically, I was trying to diversify things because there are a few dungeons that force you to make multiple parties, and you're not going to be, you're not exactly going to solo the game. The game is not designed for soloing. So,
God no.
I decided to try to train up Realm a little bit, and because her physical attack is particularly good because she can only equip rods and brushes.
She's only a little girl.
Yep.
Still,
get
her
that.
physical attack do kind of suck. So I
Yeah.
tried using Sketch, and I've been using it for a bit, and then all of a sudden I try to sketch, the game goes ape shit, and I ended up having to reset.
See that, and people wonder why I don't use Realm. Shadow the goat, but I don't use his daughter. Sorry. Oop. Spoiler alert.
Although apparently there were later versions that made it so the sketch glitch was completely gone. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, I never had that problem. Even now, I've had the problem where during that first fight with Ultros, when you have to sketch him, the sketch won't read, or he just has a high evade rate or something. But I haven't had like a major issue.
Though apparently, if you use it just right, that's right. The sketch glitch can have some very interesting effects.
Oh, I've heard.
Which
What do you know?
there are some formations of the effects actually depend. Effects depend entirely on the bug relies upon I believe one particular spell, LBL, I think mute, being right in your 20-something spell slot. And the problem is, if you have the default spell sorting, that it's a spell that fits into that category will automatically be put there by default as soon as you learn it.
Hmm.
And it relies entirely upon I believe Realm knowing that exact spell, and then failing and then missing while attempting to sketch. The easiest way to do it.
I think Diane spoke of this. Go on. I'm sorry.
And the effects that are caused afterwards depend entirely upon what enemy formation it is that the enemies are currently in. So there's a whole bunch of different enemy formations. Some of them produce just boring game crashes. Some of them produce interesting game crashes, and some of them actually allow you to escape. Upon which you'll have a somewhat corrupted spell list and inventory. So your inventory will be filled mostly with the useless dirks. But if you get lucky, you may have something like 255 gem boxes or 255 economizers or something equally game breaking.
Oh yeah, yeah. That would be that would be great, but that's a lot. That's a lot. Those economizers they're easy. They're not. I won't say they're easy to come by, but come on, facing a Brachiosaurus, not exactly an easy task. if you're under level 60. Anyway.
I've just been playing. I've just been trying to play through the game normally, and I did get the gem box because it's a thing, as it happens. Just yeah, if you explore the Cultist Tower, you will get that gem box.
Yeah, but that place is such a bitch.
After a couple of attempts, where Exo, which goes right through any kind of reflector or anything burn, and just happened to hit instant death on my entire party at once with one cast. It happened multiple times in a row, by the way. I just said fuck this. I took a gold hairpin. I had like 99 tinctures and a whole bunch of other MP restoration items, and just nuked everything with Ultima because I had no patience left.
Where was your either Moogle Charm or Life 3 at? Come on, bro. Come prepared.
I had life 3, but I don't think it would have helped very much, considering that the other enemies weren't exactly entirely pushovers either.
Oh
especially since they had free reflect and I couldn't hurt them correctly.
Oh my god. Dude, that sounds like a nightmare. I have not had that much of an issue, even when I was a kid with the game. Crazy. Well, they call it the Tower of Fanatics for a reason. The last time I played it, I did it.
Oh, I hate that fucking place in FF6.
The last time I played it, I did it in less than 20 minutes, and everybody looked at me sideways when I started screenshotting it and sending it out.
Oh no, it's perfectly doable in 20 minutes, but that last boss, I hate that last boss so much at the top of that thing.
I think they designed that just to try to troll anyone who actually tried to make it to the top. What's that?
Right.
What's that? You spent like, I don't know, maybe half an hour or so trying to get up here at least. You say, and you just defeated this boss? Oh fuck you! Do it all over again.
It wasn't even a problem, guys. I didn't even have a guy dead at the end of the fight. I equipped the Moogle Charm. I made sure Mog had all the healing spells, including Life 3, and a couple of attack spells, especially Ultima. Everybody else had every single spell. My party, I believe, was Shadow, Terra, and Edgar, and I just went for it. And I got
what level were you? You had to be a bit decently high level if you had learned every spell.
Not really, because I played it smart. I know where to grind, and it was very simple for me to, like, because the last time I played through the game, I played through it before my God file. My God file is 39. My last playthrough was 37 hours.
The reason I can't stand that place is the sort of, let's call it a desperation attack that the boss up there does. You know, when you basically kill him and then he uses that move on you. The thing is, the first time I didn't know about that, so I killed him and then he killed me because I didn't know to have like auto life prepared.
Yep.
And it really pissed me off.
Troll.
Needless to say, I was not a happy gamer that day.
I'm sorry you fell into that trap. I did that as a kid. I'm not.
I really can't stand stuff like that, though. I mean, it is just cheap ways to extend the game time. So unless you know about that going into it, then yeah, you're gonna mess up.
I'm so paranoid that all those especially the dragon fights where they can just randomly cast spells that are ridiculous on your entire party and cut your MP in like a third or a quarter or whatever.
Yeah.
That's when I just start life 3ing everybody as soon as I get the Phoenix spell. But this particular time around, I didn't, like, Locke was like one of the last ones I went after. It was just for some reason I went in an order I never went in, and when I went into the final dungeon, I used parties I don't normally use. So it was actually quite interesting, quite challenging too.
Alright, so you had a lot of trouble with the elemental dragons?
No, it's not that I had a problem with them. It's just that, well, you know, I don't know if you've seen Dine's playthrough of the Harder ROM.
Which one? Oh, I was gonna say he's done quite a few of them. So
I have not seen it. So
man, the Eternal Crystals, I believe it's called, and he just he tried to fight the red dragon, and he started off good. He accidentally ran into him, by the way. He started off good, and then 4 attacks, his whole party was dead, and he ended it right there. And then the next part of the game, he's just like, I'm just gonna avoid him for now, and then he came back there and just totally conquered him. But I was in disbelief because he used this. Because see, at that time you're around level 35, 40ish, if not higher, and the dragon is so leveled up that he attacked him one time with a regular physical attack, and it did 99999 damage and done. And at that point, you don't have the Phoenix rune or rune Esper yet, so you can't do that. Sorry, I keep saying rune. Too much Sui coding.
No problem.
Personally, outside of the Fanatics Tower, I didn't really have that much trouble with much of anything so far.
Oh no,
I was recently replaying the game, and
I also didn't like the fact that you weren't able to. What was it? You couldn't use physical attacks, or you couldn't use magic attacks.
You can't use physical attacks.
That was it.
Unless
I really
you had
didn't like
Go-Go
that.
in your party. Unless you had Go-Go in your party.
I remember.
Get away.
I remember. That's how I actually beat it. Thanks to him.
I just, as I said, I just toughed through it and nuked everything with Ultima.
I don't think I had Ultima at this point, or I didn't have the person who had Ultima, I should say.
Anyone can learn Ultima.
Yeah, but I didn't have the person that had Ultima learned, essentially.
Okay.
So I wasn't doing the whole switch out thing with the Espers, so.
Yeah, you live and you learn.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Here's what locked the game for me one time. I got stuck in that part where you got to retrieve Kyan from the evil soul boss or whatever. Oh god, it pissed me off so bad. And I rented the game at the time, and I got stuck there. Really pissed me off because I wasn't even done getting everybody. I was like, well, that's done.
I want to see a 3D remake of FF6, so just so I can see Terra go Super Saiyan.
Dude, that was so awesome, and that scream she lets out in the SNES version, non-emulated, that is great. I had my soundbar on, and it shook the foundation. It was great.
I'm surprised there was never a sequel to 6, actually.
So oddly like a raptor or something, honestly.
Not going to lie, not going to disagree with you there.
I just died, but I did have resurrection files, so I don't even lose experience yet.
Lucky.
So is that literally the only thing that happens when you die? You
Yep.
just...
Let's say if you've got resurrection files, even that doesn't happen. You don't even have to use them automatically. So you don't even have to use them manually. The game does it automatically if you've got them in your inventory.
Oh wow. And I'm sure you've stocked up, right?
I've got a lot. I think I've got about 3 or 4. I haven't stocked up or
Okay,
anything.
good.
Let's say because there's no consequence really for dying other than what I mentioned, so I'm honestly not too worried about that overall.
Fair enough.
I said with Fable 1, I didn't actually know if there was a game over thing, but apparently there is, so I keep getting too close to these fucking exploding barrels.
Yeah, the exploding barrels are probably a bad idea to get close to, honestly.
Unfortunately, sometimes they kind of just blend in, so I'm not really paying attention, which is getting me hit more than I really want to.
And mentioning what's... should I go on a little bit more about, like, Final Fantasy VI related stuff?
Yeah, go ahead. I haven't got much to say, dude. I'm currently just busy killing everybody on the screen.
The most recent Fall that I've been playing, I think I have about like 20 hours on the gameplay, and I believe I've done pretty much everything there is to do outside of things like get every rage or learn every spell, or kill Doomgaze because the mechanics for Doomgaze are kind of dumb. Like,
I do want to sit down and play that game again for either a redo of this live. Probably not for a let's play. I maybe for a stream. Might go back and let's play in the far in the future, but I do want to do that game again. Just try and do a better job. See, here's the thing. I really did enjoy 6 while I was playing it. It's just I I should say overestimated myself when I did the let's play, so it turned out shit. Did really like the game. Like I said, I'm surprised 6 never got a sequel or anything like that. It definitely deserved one. There's so many good characters as well to center the story around.
I'm not sure what they would do for a sequel though.
I'm sure they could come up with something. I mean, they did Final Fantasy 4, 10, 13 got fucking 2 sequels. Like that game deserved
Final
it.
Fantasy 4 did. Oh right, it did get a sequel a long time later. I forgot.
Oh yeah.
I haven't played the After Years yet, but it's definitely on the playlist at some point.
I thought you said
Considering
you
that
had
you've already-
played.
Considering that you've already played Final Fantasy 4, it's kind of a given.
Well, of course, you have to know what happens after everybody's. Because the ending really does leave on a cliffhanger.
I wouldn't say it ends on a cliffhanger, but like it does wrap everything up nicely. But there's definitely room for more story there.
There you go. That's what I'm. It's like, it was great, but there could be more. But I still agree with dying, and I will to the day I die. That game's not hard. There is a difficulty spike at the very end. That's the only problem. If you're not level 60 or above, you will die. That's the rule.
I've never died to Zemerus or whatever his name is. I can't remember.
Romus.
I
will
did when I was a child, just because I didn't know it.
Perfectly understandable.
I was probably really underleveled.
Every time I've gone up
I got to
against
the
him,
point
though,
where
I've never died, which is surprising for me because I'm not particularly great at RPGs or anything. I've died to the other bosses plenty of time, but not him.
Right, well, to be fair, I was also a fairly young child at that time. But it got to the point where I looked up an online walkthrough video and tried to get to the level that they were at, and then I was able to beat it like that, just barely though.
I'm from the generation where we couldn't just look stuff up and watch it, because this was like the 90s. Yeah, I just leveled up to 60 and just
Take a quick swig of my
pray.
drink.
Just
Well, technically speaking, so am I, but I didn't really play RPGs back in the day. I was mainly just for platformers for most of my childhood, so...
I was more into fighting games and action-adventure games, stuff like that as a kid, but I'm still into fighting games, but I'm into RPGs just because I like the idea of putting all your time into something. It's actually refreshing.
I like a game... I like a piece of medium that's got a really good story to it, and RPGs usually have good stories, so...
Yep. You are 100% accurate.
I think I don't think any of us can really claim that we were excellent players when we were children, but when I was a child, I basically had one tactic for any RPG game. You attempt to steamroll everything, and if it doesn't work, then level up until you can steamroll it.
Yep, that's pretty much how I still play RPGs now.
No, I don't even take L's in RPGs anymore. I know what level to be at, and I'm usually 2 or 3 levels higher. That's why even though I played through Wild Arms blind, I did not die. I had a couple game freezes, but I never did die to a boss. Even the end boss says. Anyway, I was about level 43. You can beat it at level 40, supposedly. I don't know. I'm paranoid. I don't like taking L's in RPGs, but I was playing blind and I kept getting lost. So the extra levels came with it. Like, Turbo heard me complain for about 2 weeks straight. I kept getting lost.
If I step on these platforms, I can make flames appear on the surrounding guys, but obviously it doesn't do anything for the guys that are currently kicking my ass here.
Also, have any of you guys played any of the Tales games?
I want to play Tales of Berseria, I think it's called, but I haven't played any of them.
The only one that I've played is Tales of Fantasia, and let's just say it was not my cup of tea personally. Although I want to go back to it and finish it. What's that?
They hyped that up. It wasn't as good as they say.
Personally, anything with Tales of Phantasy is just that it has some of the worst feeling controls that I've ever seen in a game of its type. Probably sounds kind of weird, but it doesn't really feel like I'm in control. The controls often do things I don't want them to do, and generally feel really slow and clunky. Pretty much everything.
Yeah.
I say it's just not really a series I played much of myself, so.
Oh, and there's also the other part where the only really tough fights that I've found so far were the ones where enemies use magic, and magic you can't block it, you can't block it, and you can't dodge it. You can't dodge because as soon as it gets cast, you get frozen in place, and it just hits you.
Basically.
Honestly, I think I had the same issue when I was trying to play through Secret of Mana. It felt kind of pointless to have to make it an action RPG if the actual threatening attacks automatically hit you no matter what, and there's no way to dodge them.
Don't even get me started. I have a game that's at the end that I can just go through and play the final sequence, but some of the middle of that game, either I played and don't remember, or I just didn't make it. I don't know. I guess I'm just not into games like that. Now, I did like Secret of Evermore to an extent because it had a weird story, but Secret of Mana and that are the only two I even touched in that category of RPG.
I actually had Secret Mana for the Super Nintendo back in the day, but I never played it. I think either someone gave it to me or maybe it came with the system, I can't remember, but I didn't realize, you know, I'd eventually get into that type of game, but back in the day I barely played any of it, sadly.
I actually played Sword of Mana all the way through, and generally didn't really have much of an issue. Playing through it. So I don't know why Secret of Mana seems to be so overwhelmingly difficult from the bits that I played, or at least weirdly difficult in weird ways.
It's because it's like Kingdom Hearts that even though you're doing okay, your teammates can fuck you over.
Oh yeah.
Just the wrong move.
Fucking Donald wasting all your elixirs or whatever.
No, it's the same way in Secret of Mana, except they use up all their magic, and then when you go to use it to heal, or they use up all your items, like you said, you go to heal and you got nothing. Well, this boss, and then the boss hits you with a dual attack that kills 2/3 of your party. Yep, screwed.
Personally, one of the big things is that it was very early on in the game. It was very early on in the game. It's like one of the first bosses that I actually had to fight, and yeah, my teammates were dead slowly because of the fact that they were completely worthless and they had a bad habit of running straight into the enemies and getting themselves killed because they're idiots. I didn't feel like I'd run out of healing items trying to keep them and myself alive there. So I tried to fight the boss. They were both alive at the beginning of the fight, by the way. And so of course they both die. They both die, and then it turns out, can you guess what the boss has? Yes.
I can probably guess this.
Well, he has a spell that does massive. It does a decent amount of damage. And it doesn't do damage over time, but it prevents you from taking any action. You can't move, you can't attack, you can't even open the menu to heal yourself. It takes like a full minute to wear off, and he can constantly just beat on you and eat you to death while you're stun locked.
Paralysis. Oh, that's such a bitch.
You know what the worst part about it is? It's not even paralysis.
What?
He just sets you on fire, and somehow the fire prevents you from moving.
Are you
Nice.
serious?
Fucking nice. Hate it when games do that shit.
That's pretty much that's the way that I remembered it.
Oh my god.
It's just like you're getting engulfed in flames. The game already says his insert character here was engulfed, and you just can't move at all. So as a result,
that what that meant? I didn't know what that meant as a kid. Now I kind of sort of understand better. Oh my goodness, I hated that. Now
So you basically have to keep at least one of your other characters alive so that they can use the status restoring item and actually allow you to move again.
yeah, I hate that.
Once I figured that out, the boss was easy. And it's one of those RPGs where, like, even though my general strategy in RPGs is that I fight unless it's overwhelmingly hard to the point where there's no possible way I can do it, I fight every encounter that comes my way.
I'm usually that way too, especially if I fight new enemies.
And despite that, the bosses are still actually surprisingly hard.
Damn.
I'm talking about the secret of your man in this case. Oh right, yeah.
Oh, I'm with you there. I still think that's top 10 hardest RPGs in that category.
I think the best thing that illustrates it's one of the reason why I didn't have quite as much fun with the game as I could have is that it's like the very first boss of the game. That's the game. So his whole thing is that he constantly really likes using homing blade attacks that hit you multiple times. So that like when you get hit multiple times in Secret of Mana, you fall down and take damage, and as soon as you get up, you instantly fall right back down on your ass again, and then take more damage. And it keeps going on until you finally get up after you stop taking damage. So as a result, I ended up dying multiple times, but the tutorial man saved me by reviving me every time. I'm pretty sure if that wasn't there, the battle would be literally impossible. And I honestly thought that I was doing something wrong, but then I ended up stumbling across some footage from someone who's played the game like multiple times, and he wasn't doing any better. He was repeatedly getting hit by the homing attacks, dying multiple times in the very first actual fight of the game. So it seems like skill just isn't a factor, at least in that particular fight.
It's not. But that's an easy way to gauge if you're gonna be good at the game or not, because here's my thing. All times I played it, even as a kid, I never had a problem with that first boss, the Secret of Mana. It was always into the game. I could get through the first 2 or 3 major dungeons alright, but I'd get trolled around the 4th or 5th one, and I'd either have to concede, or because there's certain points where you get into the game and you either won't leave or you try to leave, and if you get into an area, you get swarmed by enemies, you die. That type of deal. So you gotta do what you gotta do.
Where the fuck is this last
I still
file?
feel like I want to pick it up again.
I still have it regardless. It was a gift and it is a rare game. I did not have to pay for it, so I don't care. Because they had that on sale for almost $100 in the game store. I was like, are you kidding me?
I guess that means you own a rare game.
I have plenty of them, and I'm not trying to brag about it. I'm just like, they charge these ridiculous prices. I'm not even talking about GameStop. I mean these, because there's a couple of, and they're legal, but there's a couple of underground stores that are decent chains and whatnot. But they carry some very rare games, and their prices are ridiculous. I saw like $30-something for like Earthworm Jim. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Unfortunately, these days, you won't find many people who don't realize how rare certain games are. You'd have to get very lucky. No, you'd have to get very lucky. Here's the thing: you don't have to be a nerd. A lot of people that sell these old stuff, even if they don't play them, they know certain games are worth quite a lot of money and stuff. So it's harder to get a decent bargain these days when it comes to old games.
Personally, I think the rarest game that I own is the Super Mario All-Stars collection on the Wii. That might be the rarest game I own, but I could always look back through and see if there's something rarer.
I don't have that on the Wii. I've got Super Mario All-Stars for the SNES on cartridge.
It was a special thing, and it was on the shelves for a very short time, basically just for an anniversary thing. It's basically the game itself is just a copy of Super Mario All-Stars, but it also contains a whole booklet full of Mario history, and also a soundtrack CD, I believe, for a whole bunch of different Mario songs.
Hmm.
Well, aren't you a lucky son of a gun?
I honestly didn't even know it was gonna be rare. I saw it there, and I thought it looked cool, so I decided to grab it. Or more accurately, I decided to ask my parents if they could grab it, and they did. So
I'm the same way with a lot of my rare stuff, but my difference is a lot of mine were gifts, and I just happened to get lucky with like Final Fantasy VI and stuff. I saw that at GameStop at the time. This was in the early 2000s. I found it for, I think the tag is like $55 or something like that. I just went ahead and got it. Look, I didn't realize it was going to be such a big deal like now.
I even got in to see a few rounds. That one was
oh, you can't really see the future and see just like how big of a deal stuff will end up being in the future.
yeah, all right.
That's why I'm glad I kept it.
You won't fit in the boat.
Well done. Not
Are there any games you guys wanted, that, like older stuff or something that's rare that you really, really want to get?
You should take some time out before you go. You might want to visit.
See,
your
part of me is kind of
family.
interested in possibly getting a copy of Path of Radiance. But, although, you know what, I could just emulate
I'll
it.
make my way
You
to the
could. A bit different to owning it, though, isn't it?
when you're all set to go.
It is a bit different. Although actually,
Guilty
speaking of that, recently I decided to do some stuff with my Wii. I'd heard some stuff about being able to rip games about ripping games, and I thought, hey, you know what? I might as well try that. Just to see if I could, and because you know what, having a legal game that I can plug right into an emulator would be interesting.
Hmm.
So in other words, basically I modded my Wii. You put some homebrew software on it. And I ripped up a copy of Super Paper Mario, which is now sitting on my hard drive.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna just bring this up right now. Basically, as soon as I go to the docks and board the ship, that is gonna be like locking the game in, and I will not be able to do most of these quests here that I'm going to show you in a second. In fact, Eraser is actually saying this all for me. So if I want to do any more of these missions right here, these jobs or whatever, yeah, I would have to do them now, or a few of them, like the archaeologist, will still be here when I get back. But this is my last chance to do a lot of these already. Thankfully, I already dealt with the jobs that will affect the overall world of Albion. But yeah, this is your last chance to back out. Because as soon as you board this ship, you're locked into the time skip section.
Well, here I am to say my goodbyes.
I guess I have to lock it in somewhere.
Before I went to the ritual cave. I can't remember. I can't remember if I said goodbye that morning or not. That's the funny thing about goodbyes. You never know when you'll get another one.
And Hammer actually just hammering home the
This isn't like that. You'll do
whole
great.
goodbye aspect, you know,
Oh,
trying to make
God,
it
get off my
emotional.
butt with your Kenny Omega trash. God. No, that was the notification. Sorry for the noise. Like,
I'm sorry.
4 others Kenny Omega's retweeted. Get the bleep. I haven't even been paying attention to Twitter for like 2 or 3 days, so.
And your stuff as well.
Alright, so yeah, also leave your possessions with Hammer and leave for the Spire. Also, you'll be saying goodbye to your canine companion here. You can't take the dog to the Spire.
Oh yeah, you're about to lock the game in, I heard. Sorry.
Yep, this is not like the full game, honestly. We're roughly at the halfway point.
Damn.
Actually, I'd probably say a bit more than halfway, but as soon as we finish the Spire anyway. But it is not a long game. Like I say, I've beaten the game in under 3 hours before, so
Wow.
I guess it's just due to the fact that I haven't played the game in a long time and not really using pro strats and all that shit.
That makes me wonder if I did a straight playthrough of Chrono Trigger again, if I could speed
I need
run
to
it.
sit down and play that one day.
3.5 hours. That was after I watched the race between, I don't even gotta spoil it, between Dying Gold and believe it was Ned was his actual name. Don't remember.
Ooh, one of the
his
few
name.
CGI cutscenes.
Yeah.
No, there's this scene here. You don't get many in this game.
It was a good race, even though dying curb stomp him. But yeah,
Yeah.
Turbo, play Grunge. I highly recommend it.
I actually
It's-
still have yet to participate in any races, which is rather unfortunate. So
Your best bet is just the CGP rather than SLPH, though, dude. So
Yup. Hey, man, I'm so glad they got together. Yay.
props to Dime for setting the whole thing up.
He said he was going to. He had said that.
I know he
during
talked
one
to
of
me
the
and Mark a lot
waves.
about it before he actually did it, but mainly Mark, I think. But he did mention it a few times to me about doing something outside of SLPH, but nothing came of it for a year, and then he just started CGP up. So, fair props to the guy for that.
Hey, man, that's why I respect that dude. Shout outs to Dine. He's always tweeting his video game life. I find it very funny.
His waifus, his many, many waifus.
That's
The
hilarious.
waifu of the day.
Some of these characters I recognize, and some of them I look at them and go, "What the hell?"
I know who some of them are. Actually, I know most of them are, but I know his main waifu is Rydia from FF4, so...
Pretty, yep, that's his girl.
I honestly was not aware of that. So I guess now I know.
And
at
now you
least.
know something about Dine you probably didn't really want to know.
Yeah, that's his deal. I believe his second is Nina from Breath of Fire 2, to be precise.
6 years I was a mason's apprentice. I sure never saw any building like this.
God,
Of
I
course
feel
it had
all
to be
weird. I feel like I've been stalking y'all for years or something. 'Cause
I was
know all this
surprised
stuff.
we actually talked about this last time when you told me how long it'd been since you'd actually started watching. It was just actually after I actually joined SLPH, so yeah, it's nearly 4 years.
But see, I didn't realize that because I watched up all that content. It was maybe like 3 or 4 seasons. I watched up all that in like 6 months, bro. This was in 2015.
Chaos cuts innocent lives short, and we're to accept
And then I saw your anniversary race of the Mega Man where you curb stomped everyone in number 2.
Oh, I don't know if I didn't curve stomp Paris, but yeah, here's the thing. I was the one that basically stopped him from getting a complete whitewash of victories there. It's the only one he couldn't get first in.
That was hilarious. He was so mad.
Like I said, there wasn't much between it either. I was only like about a minute and a half ahead of him, so could have quite easily
Yeah,
gone
I
the other
know.
way.
Still half a
I
minute.
know.
It's still a significant difference.
Not true. In the race, it definitely is, but yeah, he won 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That was the only black mark in that anniversary race was Mega Man 2, and I'm so happy I gave him that black mark.
Yup. You trolled him. Just like you did in Magic Sword. Trolled the hell out of him.
I actually beat him in Mega
Yeah,
Man
I
2.
want your streak. I
Pardon?
want your streak dead. Oh, you beat him in Mega Man 3 too?
No, I was gonna say when we did the full Mega Man 2 race, I beat him in that.
Mm,
Obviously, DZ beat both of us, but I beat Paris as well, so.
Yup. DZ with the swerve, and then he picked
Yeah.
Ghosts
Ghosts and Goblins, yep.
Right? Weirdo.
Again, you'll see it again when the Shovel Knight race goes up. Comes down to the final boss between me and Paris. I win out in the end.
What, in 2098 or what?
Here's Gold's basically get Lexi like a cutoff point now for when she can get them in. I am really hoping Gold doesn't just throw out the race because she doesn't get her files in. She only got 3rd place. It's not like, she actually beat the game or anything. So I'm going to try my best to convince Gold to go ahead and upload it. If he doesn't, I will then do my best to try and get a hold of the files, and I'll edit the fucking race together.
Yeah, you've been saying that for a while. There's plenty, because before LPA became inactive, Mark was asking you about.
Oh, that's still gonna go up. That's still gonna go up next year.
Oh, okay.
I'm not getting rid of
You said
the
it.
second season of the Pokemon Draft. I have it on my computer. I just haven't edited it yet. I've just had no real interest in editing the damn thing, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel you. Some days you wake up and you don't want to do shit except maybe play a video game. For me, it's just work and just do stuff around the house and play a video game, or live tweet on Mondays and Tuesdays. That's all I do now. I do nothing. I'm old.
I actually just got the SA2 files from Sonic Geek, so I will be doing a. I'll be editing the Sonic Adventure 2 race soon.
Cool. That is cool. I can't believe I was on your Let's Plays of GTA 3. That blows my mind.
I don't know why. I mean, you guys have. I've done it before with other people. I had gold on for a little while for the Crash Bandicoot playthrough, like the last couple episodes. Michael did some Crash 2 with me. I did some Path of Exile on my channel with Paris and Thunder. I've done it plenty of times. It's just when I started up the LPA, I figured just keep my channel, just me. But then obviously LPA went nowhere, so I decided to start allowing people back into Let's Plays and stuff. Oh, by the way, this is the second hero. We've got Hammer. Garth here is the second one.
Go. What was the name?
The girl's name is Hammer. This guy's name is Garth.
Wow, that guy from that other guy from Wayne's World really let himself go.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah, no shit.
Even blacked up the racist prick.
He has had lots and lots of shoe polish and pour all over himself.
Pretty much.
That's what happened.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, so go see the Commandant.
Is he a good character at all, or what?
Unfortunately, he's probably the hero with the least amount of character development. Obviously, Hammer gets a fair whack, but the last one probably gets the most because the last one actually becomes quite a big main character in Fable 3. So I can't remember his name.
Well.
Reaver or something like that, I think his name is. I'll find out later anyway. Anyway, we have the Commandant here. Basically, you get an option here. He'll try and break you. You can easily just submit to it and have no repercussions from doing that. However, if you do decide to disobey him or just not pay attention to him, you will start to lose experience, which is, again, the only real major loss that you'll have. Which is why I made sure to upgrade as much as I could before I came here, so I'm just gonna disobey the little bastard every time he asks me something, because I don't like this guy. Something about his voice is just very unsettling.
Agreed. Agreed.
It's funny because his punishment doesn't actually do anything because you don't have any experience.
No, it looks like it hurts, but yeah. So what's he gonna ask me to do first? So yeah, obey or disobey. Yeah, all he wants you to do is stand in this circle. And you have 10 seconds to decide whether or not to go and stand in the circle. I'm just gonna be a little bastard and stand on the stairs here right next to the circle.
So basically doesn't mean by the color wandering experience the effects are permanent.
Sorry, say that again, dude.
Basically doesn't mean by the effects are permanent when it says that it'll drain your experience.
It's basically just story.
Ah.
As far as I know, there's absolutely no repercussions other than experience loss, so...
1508, that's not even very much experience.
Yeah, when you said I thought you were gonna lose enough experience to go down a couple levels.
Oh no, you can't go down levels.
Oh.
You basically just lose any experience you haven't allocated to anything.
So he'll just keep on electrocuting you until eventually. Will he eventually just give up, or?
Yeah, this third time's the last time. Every time, I believe. So this will be the last one.
This experience doesn't even mean anything, you douche. By the way, your mask looks stupid. Go back to V for
For
Vendetta.
real. Reject.
It's like a cross between Darth Maul and Hellraiser.
What the hell? All he needs is pins, and he'll be Pinhead too.
Pretty much. So yeah, like I said, I believe that was week 30. We're now week 38 that we've been here.
I wish I had your strength.
That's a long time.
Oh, that's just the beginning. We're not actually here that long. We're only here for about 20 minutes, I think, overall. This is the guy that we came into the spire with. He basically starts forgetting things like the fact that he's got a wife and stuff. Basically, being in the spire messes with people's heads. It's kind of like indoctrination with what Mass Effect does. So if you understand that, then you can kind of understand what's happening here to an extent. The only difference is that it's technology. This is magic. So I know you're gonna say that you've played Mass Effect, haven't you?
Yes, I played Mass Effect 2. That's the only one
Good
I've actually
choice.
played.
Good choice.
Never played.
I played it because it was free. As it was free, and I actually did stream it, although it's been completely lost. So
Shitty. What console is that on, brothers?
Oh, it's on
it's
PS3,
it's-
Xbox 360. I think it had a re-release on the PS4 and Xbox One and PC as well.
I got the PC version for free, so that's the one that I played.
Ah.
Stand here and guard these maggots till I get back.
At this time, I'll stop saying basically. I promise. You'll decide whether or not these prisoners will be given any food or not. And I can't see where the prisoner is. Is he seeing things? Oh no, there's the poor prisoner.
Basically, you decide if they starve or not.
Yeah.
Basically. Basically. Are you sure?
Pretty much, basically, yeah. Basically, yeah. But it does, if you do give them food, you will gain positive karma, for lack of a better term.
Well, that's good.
So there is some kind of benefit from doing this. You can only do it 3 times, though, before you pass out from pain, I assume.
Sometimes that luck comes in your favor, especially in boss fights when they go to use their most powerful spell and it misses your most powerful character. Everybody else in the party's dead, but the most powerful character's still alive and at full health. You're like, well, I'm going in. We've all had that experience in any RPG. Don't lie. We've all had that experience. Or the worst one, where he kills off everyone in your party except the mage, and you're like, well, what the fuck?
Let's feed this
What do
guy.
I do?
Okay, I unfortunately did not hear much of that because I was because there was some other stuff going on that I had to listen to. So
Oh, I was just ranting about the fact that you know that if you've ever played an RPG, you know it can go one or two ways in a boss fight. He can kill everyone in your party except for the most powerful melee attacker, who's your, most powerful HP, whatever. Or everyone's dead except the mage, which is worse.
Alright, as you saw there, it's week 137, so now it's been about roughly 2.5 years now that you've been here.
What level are you on?
Pardon?
What level are you on?
What do you mean by level? You mean like experience?
They don't have... This isn't a traditional RPG, they don't have levels?
No, not really. There's no like level
That's
1,
weird.
then you finish at like level 100 or anything like that.
it's just like you leveled up different things, I guess.
Yeah, you level up your strength, you level up your speed, your magic ability and stuff like that, but there's no actual levels.
Oh, okay. I understand both concepts. Actually, side note, NJ, Suikoden 3 has both of these aspects. You not only control their levels, and you don't control weapons, but you do control gear and items. But you don't control that particular aspect, thankfully.
I will make you obey.
Second there, I thought that the game kind of froze up.
I believe you know this.
Yeah, me too. Like,
Guard to
oh man, I'm so thankful I can just got clear screen and everything.
those who do not obey can be made to.
It's a pity that Opie won't be joining us today.
Pardon, say that again.
It's a pity Opie won't be joining us
If
today.
I'm still... I doubt I will be. If I'm still streaming later, he will be here. It's just like I say, he had work. Right, you have to take the sword. There's no time limit for that, so...
Just a side note, I'll be working next weekend, but if you happen to be streaming, if I'm able to jump in, I will.
Oh, fair enough. Alright, so...
Come on, do the Undertale thing. Spare him.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna kill the poor guy on the floor. Just to piss this guy off, essentially. And this is a pretty cool screenshot right here.
Did you?
You must spare
kill
him,
anybody?
human. You must let him accept your mercy.
Mercy, no.
You
No
can also
mercy.
you can also cut off the timer by attacking the commandant as well. So
Yes.
Yes, yep, slash his dumbass.
I remember your famous moment from Fable, the first one. You can actually kill Connor. I'm not going to be doing that, though.
Connor.
So, Turbo, do you even have any experience left to lose?
At this point, I think I've lost it all.
Damn.
Like, did you have any experience? How much experience did you have to lose in the first place? when
Maybe
you
about
first got here?
1500, 15,000. Sorry, which actually isn't a lot considering I need a lot more than that to level up anything anymore. So
Jeez.
I'll have a look in a moment as soon as the cutscene's finished.
Dude, that's ridiculous.
Again, one of these nicely done cutscenes here.
If you fight these guys, I'm assuming it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not the hardest thing in the world. And like I say, you've no repercussion for death, so... Just letting the cutscene play out here. Reminds me heavily of one of the Reapers from Mass Effect, that the Spire from the base.
Perfect. Oh, speaking of a Mass Effect, will you be tuning into TLC there, Turbo? I'm still undecided.
When is it, by the way? Is it tomorrow?
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Oh.
I'm still undecided. No Roman. I don't give a shit.
Of Styles versus Balor and Kurt Angle getting back in the WWE ring for the first time in years. Yeah, I think just for those two things alone, I will watch. I'm not particularly interested. I wasn't, to be honest, if it wasn't until those two things were announced, I would have skipped it.
Oh, wow. So we're exactly opposite. I'm sure I'll be winding up watching it because, of course, people will be jumping on my mentions because that's just what they do. But I'm pretty sure I won't have a choice. But, you know, I'll just enjoy it.
I'll be honest, until the Kurt Angle replacement and the, as I said, the AJ Balor match was announced, zero interest in the show, really. Couldn't have cared less.
Yeah, I gotta make a call to somebody who reminded me. Hey, don't forget to call me on Sunday night. Are you serious? It's a female, by the way. That one I was talking to but stopped. But now she's insisting I talk to her. I'm like, oh.
Well, you could always just say no, dude.
No, it's not, you know, bro, I'm trying to be nice. I'm not trying to be a dick.
And sometimes you gotta be a dick, unfortunately, to get people to understand.
She's nice and everything, but I don't deal with anyone under 21. She's not 21. I can't.
So actually, this probably sounds like a weird question, but I actually don't know. Like, how old are you?
I'll probably never answer that question, but I'm between 1 and 40. Of 3 grandpas, Dine and Nova, I'm the youngest.
He's the oldest one in this call, let's put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm 28, so...
Yeah, and I'm not that much older than Turbo, thankfully. That's why I don't... That's why because honestly, if we weren't cool how we are, I probably wouldn't have ever asked to be on a call. But I still appreciate it. Because we have fun. It's what we do. I know, by the way, you're doing killer on the gameplay. Are you trying to finish it tonight or not?
This, I'm not getting this finished. There's at least another 2... If I rush, there's another 2 hours. If I'm going at the pace I'm going, there's probably another 3.5, 4.
Ah, so probably like another hour or so.
I'll at least finish the Spire, I'll say that much, but we're actually not close to finish. We're actually fairly close to finishing it now. I am actually paying attention to his commands this time, because I've basically got to, because if I don't, this day just keeps repeating over and over until I finally do, so...
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, make sure you do this one. Find the
It's a
Lost
trap.
Guard.
I'm
It's a
assuming you have
trap.
to. Oh, sorry.
No, that's all I was saying. Go ahead, NJ. Sorry.
I'm assuming there's probably some moral choice here that results in you either doing something seriously dickish or losing more experience that you don't.
No,
You probably
you're
don't
about
even
to see
have.
her. We find the guard here, search the body, and we get the steel cutlass. We get the steel clockwork pistol, and a couple of health potions, and then we find out momentarily, yes, there's Garth. He is broken free of his shackles, and he is restoring my magic power, because I couldn't actually use any magic in the Spire, so... Also, I don't know if you're actually paying attention, but the collars that all the prisoners were wearing, including myself, basically if you attack the other guards or if you disobey too much, you can have your head exploded, essentially, but I think he wanted to break the hero here more than he actually wanted to see him dead, so that's why he didn't kill him. Just in case you're wondering about that little plot hole right there.
Yeah.
What plot hole? You gotta like that plot hole.
Well, you just like any old...
Yeah.
Hello, by the way.
Brother Opie, what's going on, homie?
Hey, Scarecrow.
You still at work, buddy?
No, I just got out of work. I just got home now.
Ah, fair enough. Good to have you back, dude.
Yes. It's been a while.
You were here last weekend, weren't you?
No. Oh, yeah, we did the,
Yeah, we did the wrestling.
we did the wrestling, yes. Wrestling Classic. The shitty Wrestling Classic.
Oh, yeah,
Shitty.
definitely.
It'll
Hopefully,
get
WrestleMania,
better.
hopefully WrestleMania 2 can...
It's not a particularly good show, but it's better than the Wrestling Classic at the very least.
Oh, yeah, at least.
So I guess that's the beginning of the ESW
hi.
extremely shitty wrestling league.
Oh, hi, NJ.
Okay, sorry, I had to do that.
Hi, November.
Hey, Opie.
Nova
Hello,
was
hello,
here
Mr.
earlier. He'll
Tits.
probably be back in a little while as well.
Just happy to be home, and I'm just happy in Sportsland right now. It's
Why is this?
Sportsland, as the Yankees are dead for the year.
What?
Thank God. No, the Yankees lost. They're out of the playoffs. I'm happy.
Are you kidding?
What a great night.
Wait, stop. Are you joking right now?
Yes.
No wonder I haven't been on Twitter. My wrestling Twitter buddies are also baseball fanatics. They're probably going nuts. Yeah, fuck that. I'm staying off of there.
Yeah.
How bad was it? Was it a slaughter?
That was 4-0.
Oh,
4-0.
who beat them? If you don't mind me asking.
The Houston Astros.
My state. Oh shit! I'm gonna
Yes.
get so much shit for that. Oh fuck.
Houston Astros. They're gonna World Series.
You assume we have a problem.
Oh man, yeah, I got a big problem. I just for once I just want something to go in their favor, so they shut up. I mean that with all the love in the world, but I mean, come on, fanatics. Sometimes we all get frustrated. We get frustrated with video games and sports. It's what we do. It's a guy thing, I think.
Oh, by the way, Opie, I haven't reached Prostitute Town yet, so you haven't missed your moment.
Please
This time I'll be
make my
joining
night
you.
even better. Come on.
I'm not sure if I'll be getting there in this session, but
Damn it. Oh well.
maybe. I can't exactly remember how far away it is. It can't be that long away, because that's where I get the third hero, and I've gotten the first two, so maybe might get there, I'm not sure.
If you get it, it's alright. If you don't, it's alright. As long as I'm here to watch, it's fine. That's good
I
enough
know.
for me.
So I see you're done with your little, how can I put this? Porn game.
Which one?
Which one?
Get the fuck
The
out of
the
here.
one that you've been doing a Let's Play of.
hide the rainbow roll. I mean,
Not exactly. Once you see Monday's upload.
Still going with it then, huh?
No, there's a next part is only 2 minutes.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, it's the end is not the end. Is all I can say.
I can't say much. I bought fucking Dark Elf on Steam, and that's pure porn game, so. I wasn't expecting it to be as bad as it was, but
It's a great game.
it's okay. I've played worse RPGs anyway.
You have to see you finish your point game. Which one?
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think you'd say that, actually. Actually, we were talking about TLC earlier. Will you be watching?
Yes. Hopefully to make predictions. But you know, I was hoping to make predictions, but now this can go either way in my favor or not because of the fucking changes.
But changes for the better, in my opinion. Although not in
Yes.
Scarecrow's opinion.
It went from mediocre to holy shit.
It went from I'm not interested to, yeah, I'm definitely watching this.
It was a fucking Kurt Angle teaming up with the Shield.
The only thing that could have made it better was Finn and AJ's match being announced as a 60-minute Iron Man match. But, I can dream.
Wait, is it?
No, I'm just saying that's the only thing that could have made it better.
I know that's gonna be a good match right there.
I love AJ Styles, but everybody hyping up Nakamura Styles. And
Plus,
Styles
it's rare
and
to.
Finn. Why
Plus,
is
it's
everyone gassing it up? What's the deal?
Nakamura's first match was fantastic. The problem is, he has been treated really like shit since he got to the main. That's not exactly something new. Everybody that seems to get to the main roster ends up getting treated like complete shit. But
plus it's rare to see two faces going against each other.
these days it is anyway.
Yeah.
I think they will do that match at some point. It just won't be like main event in any pay-per-view or anything like that.
Probably nothing's gonna top this.
Have you seen what the two fucking matches they're putting on for WrestleMania's main event supposed to be? Or the two world title matches? Reigns versus Lesnar, which I think everybody expected, even if I'm not particularly happy about that. But then you've got Cena versus Mahal.
The fuck?
Yeah, that's the other rumored.
Cringe fest.
That's the
Cringe
other
fest.
rumored title match for Mania.
Oh my god.
No, here's the thing, and I'm cool with Roman and Brock too, but they're talking about doing an Ultimate Warrior Reloaded. That's the rumblings on my side, my insiders. They're telling me that Roman's gonna hold the Universal and Intercontinental title, and I'm like, whoa, slow down. I like Roman too, but whoa, slow down. What the fuck is this?
Gotta make him look strong, damn it!
Big sweaty man.
If that is the... unless they've got some fucking amazing undercard matches for Mania, I might just skip Mania again.
Oh, you're a joke. See, y'all are shitting on me for wanting to skip TLC, which isn't even...
I never shit on you, dude.
Mania, and everyone's like, well, alright.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
is Nova
shit.
back? Oh, we got the full fucking set.
I was just about to type to you, Nova.
We got the entire crew here. Gentlemen, get to work.
My head set this time either because I think busted, so I'm trying out my gaming laptop without it. See how that works.
What
fair
the hell? Fully loaded call.
A
Yeah.
gaming laptop, you say?
Yeah.
Sounds
Even though I
okay.
bought this the one I purchased earlier this year.
No, I'm about to get mines in Tuesday.
You sound
How
like
am I
you're in a
coming in
space
here, by the
station,
way?
boy.
Can't believe I
Sound like
spent
you're in a space station,
$1,500 on it.
Are you still out having your meal, dude?
No, I'm back. No, I'm back home.
Oh, fair enough.
Sweet.
Yeah.
How was it?
How am I coming in on here, by the way?
A little bit weird, but nothing terrible.
Okay.
I didn't notice anything wrong, so.
I was about to type to you with Nova.
Well, about what happened in that game?
I couldn't watch it, but hell, it just made my night even like a million times better.
Yep.
You're happy with your the Cubs being out. I'm happy with the Yankees being out.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, y'all are like pigs in shit right now.
Me included. I'm not even doing anything.
Nah, I don't think he means you, dude.
Maybe not.
Not Nova and Opie, of course.
Not the first time they've had a baseball discussion.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a normal occurrence in these streams.
Some of my
I'm
family
just-
are Yankee fans. I'm gonna post a Facebook thing on the ad and all.
Oh god. Yeah, all of the guys in my wrestling Twitter group are Yankees fans. It's kind of annoying. Except one's an Indians fan and one's some weird.
Fuck Cleveland.
My name is Cleveland Brown.
Straight out of Cleveland!
Oh, fucking die already.
Nova, I hope for a congratulation video.
The Yankees, yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Well, have at it, boys. What? I
There we
thought
go.
we're gonna start shitting on the Yankees. Like, did Gary Sanchez finally go down or what?
Yeah, fuck the Yankees. Let's talk about
No.
Fable 2 here.
Tell us what you really think, Opie.
Yeah, Wiz pretty much always teases him by saying I caught and how about the Yanks? And that's always his reply.
Fuck the Yanks.
Oh man. And what is your hate towards the Yanks? I don't give a fuck about baseball one way or the other.
Because he's a Red Sox fan.
Oh, one of them deals. You like the
Yep.
Red Sox. Okay. Weirdo.
I thought it said dicks, but it says docks.
You would think that because you're thinking about dick all the time.
No!
You are. Granted, it's your dick, but you're still thinking about it.
Shut up.
He might be willing to stretch it to girls with dicks.
Futanari.
Oh, guys, real
One
talk,
little-
real talk.
But what about Lolly Full to Love?
I got molested by
Well,
a train.
Yeah,
Well, I was
it does have lollies.
Okay.
Sorry, what were you saying,
I
Scarecrow?
I dead ass got molested by a tranny while I was working on the last time I worked, which was Friday. Yeah. He walks up to me, he starts grabbing my tie and touching on my vest. I backed up and he advanced on me and he was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm working. How can I help you?" It had titties, but I saw a bulge, bro. I'm like, no man, get the fuck out of here. Like,
Is it because you're just not into that, or were you just jealous his was bigger than yours?
no man, I'm not into that. And he kept advancing on me. And finally, I was just like, well, I hope you find what you're looking for. Have a nice day. That's alright, babe. Holla at me later or some shit. Like, it tried to get me to go out to dinner with it or something. I don't fucking... I'm slightly traumatized. Like, no, like, he's grabbing my tie and trying to pull me closer to him, and I back up, and he gets in my personal space. If I was on the street, I'd probably try to punch them. But they have no concept of personal space. But anyway. Back to the game.
Oh, I didn't know you two had met in real life, Opie.
No, Opie is watching the fact that the Yanks lost.
What happened?
Probably watch. Yeah, exactly. Opie's paying attention to sports crap, probably.
Yeah, that's why I am.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He's watching-
I heard the entire story.
He's watching
I'm kinda
Lolicon shit.
I'm kind of just
Not yet, at least.
I'm kind of just
NJ
listening.
is
'cause I
always
don't
around.
have much to say.
Fellow
Ah,
by
you
did
don't
them lollies.
Yep, gotta get them lollies for that Opie.
But you never answered my question, Opie. What about lollies that are futa?
I'm not into that shit. My friend is, though. Into the food of shit.
Fair enough. I mean, here's the thing. I like the only dick I've ever tried, which is my own. So who knows? Maybe I would like it.
Why does it seem like every single time I come onto this stream, I hear something I never expected to hear?
It's great, isn't it?
Luck, I guess.
It is great, but you know, I was expecting to hear I can hear weird shit, especially since Opie was coming. But that was
I got knocked out, damn.
I have to admit that caught me off guard.
Yo. Turbo switching up on us.
Which I tend to do a lot. Oh, but not really anything to do with what we were just talking about. Thankfully, the fucking renovations are done in the house, so...
Yes, congrats.
Nice.
Kick out.
My parents are going to have the drive done as well to an extent, but that's not going to be started for a couple of weeks, so... And they don't have to come into the house anymore unless they want to go to the toilet or something, so completely done with that.
Dead ass.
Didn't really mind it. I mean, the guys that they had come to work here were actually pretty good. You know, did their job. They actually did a good job as well. Even did a couple of small jobs like fixing our fucking toilet, which has been acting up a little bit, but just sort of glad it's done now at this point.
I feel you. Glad for you too.
Alright, nearly done with the spire now. Just gotta take on a couple more of these guards, and I think we're on our way out of here.
Those things look like Archons or something. Straight out of StarCraft. But what is this?
Oh, okay, he just fell into the water and died. I'll take that.
Hey,
And
nice.
board the ship. Can I exit here, please?
Finish, buddy. Nice.
Alright, we're done with that.
I'm enjoying the gameplay. Weird.
Get on the ship.
Get on the fucking boat.
The lost ship. Let me guess, this ship is haunted, right? Like in all RPGs?
No, but there is a... I think there is actually a haunted ship mission somewhere in the game. But this one isn't. So yeah, as I said before, as soon as you actually enter the spire, I think it's 10 years that passed since you actually got onto the damn thing. I think it's 10 years. I definitely know it's at least a couple years, but I'm going to see what happens here. I said a few things will have changed because I did a lot of things, like I protected the Temple of Light. I paid the guy the 5,000 gold, so he will have fixed up the port town of Westcliff. And there is also the fact that I helped out Farmer Giles, so he will have upgraded the entire farm as well, so I'll go check those places out. One of the nice things is, I believe, you see your dog coming running to you straight away, which is still alive. This thing's got more lasting impact than Lassie.
I have vague memories of that. Maybe I'm just old. I don't know.
I never watched it myself. I just know it's so...
And you just just quickly shove the dog to the water.
Don't be a bastard.
Animal cruelty like a motherfucker. I don't even fuck with dogs like that. That's animal cruelty like a bitch.
But just give it a swift back kick.
Now, the question is, would you do it if it was a dog lolly girl?
Oh.
No.
No.
It's good that you wouldn't.
Then again, wetter is better.
Okay.
Come on, lick this bone, ladies.
Yep, Opie at his finest.
I like how the fact that I say it, but you get the blame.
Yep. That's just how it rolls on the crew.
Yep.
Well, I'm the captain. I can't get blamed for anything.
No, you can't.
We blame you for everything.
Yeah.
Just don't say it.
I don't. I blame Opie for a lot of stuff, even when you're not on the call.
Nobody
Trust
likes
me,
me.
go back and watch some of them. I always blame you for shit.
Take my
Because
hand.
you always remind me of shit.
We have a great deal to
I
discuss.
can't stand you sometimes, but we always cool. I love all y'all. Y'all great. Still. I wish I could game like NJ, though, because he's blazing through Peace Walker.
Alright,
Ugh.
so,
Take my hand. I would, but I know where the hand's been.
there's also been some upgrades here to Oakvale. There's a lot more houses and stuff.
Nice.
Excuse me.
Excuse you.
Oh, man. Rude ass.
That came from nowhere. But I'm going to check out some of the other places I've already been so you can see some of the differences. Again, I'll go to Westcliff first because I will actually get... Oh, fucking hell.
Really?
Maybe you should not
I'm
have
just fucking
drank.
with
Maybe you shouldn't have drank that. It's turned you into a gas fiend.
Yep. He's gassing.
Something else I forgot to mention is even though I gave the guy 5,000 gold, if I do give him that, he will give me 10,000 back. Basically, it's like a repayment with interest. So. So gonna.
Nice way
Oh,
to
it
make money.
did take 10 years, so...
It is roughly 10 years, like I say, between me entering the Spire and me leaving it. So. Yeah, plenty of time for upgrades, which we're about to see, I believe, in a moment. As long as I didn't do anything wrong, of course. Now, the entrance is not too different, but you're going to see a few differences. Like you can see, there's actually some buildings here now. The arena is very much the same as it was, but the rest of the town is actually quite different. This is actually a town now instead of like a pirate port, for lack of a better word.
Yep, it is indeed an actual town. Your investment was clearly used wisely. At least somewhat wisely.
And now it's time to go and get my investment back.
So, by the way, something else that I'm kind of interested in emulations for a lot of newer consoles. And I'm especially interested in the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 emulators. It's partially due to the fact that let's see, the Xbox 360 emulator, it's making some progress, but it's making progress at a fairly slow rate. Right, well, our PCS3 is making blazing fast progress considering how complex the PlayStation 3 architecture is.
So I'm probably not dabbling in any of those since I actually do own the PS3 and the Xbox 360. And I haven't played all the games I own for them anyway, so
Yeah.
probably something I'll look into at a future
Emulation
point.
can offer benefits that playing on a real console can't give you.
Save states for one.
Yes, one thing, but also things like rendering games in much higher resolutions with extra anisotropic filtering and things like that. That may, to be honest, you take a PlayStation 3 game and render it. They actually, the official people behind our PCS3, you did some testing, but they took some games that play correctly, which is a surprising number of them, and tried rendering them in 4K with like maximum anisotropic filtering that they possibly could. All the PlayStation 3 games they tested looked like PlayStation 4 games. That's the difference that resolution bumps and anisotropic filtering can make.
Ain't that the truth?
It's definitely something I'll look into at some point, dude. But like I said, at the moment, I've just got so many games to play anyway already that I don't want to be adding more stuff to that. So
Same here.
It's
check out the farm.
the resolution bumping is especially good for things like, let's see, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and stuff on the consoles like the Wii, simply because they render at a low enough resolution that
Well, don't tell me there's another fucking delay.
bringing them up to something like 720p or especially 1080p and above, makes them look like so much better. It makes them look like they came from one or two console generations later.
John, it's been a quiet chat. I'm just going to turn the chat thing off here so you guys can see the entire game screen.
All right.
What the fuck?
It's the world's most quiet chat.
What's up with you guys?
It's
Oh, well.
quiet. Too quiet.
Jesus Christ, another rain holiday.
Verse 2 right now, so.
Are you guys doing your whole baseball talk again?
No, I'm just looking in on, cause I watch Japan baseball and just just looking in. Jesus Christ. Jesus. What the fuck?
I think I've gone a little too far here. Yeah, that's
Just follow the trail.
I just basically want to show off the farm since I was here during the first section. Anyway, as you can see here, we've actually got I think it's supposed to be a orange farm or something, but actually got a lot of things going here. He's actually got workers here now.
Definitely will go out to utter the following words. Take that, Yamcha.
You know, right? Come in.
Is he cradled? Is he cradled? Sorry, is he in the fetus position?
Not quite, but he has been KO'd though.
Yeah.
The mission I'm playing, he's like OP as heck because he's got like powers he normally shouldn't have, and you have to fight him there. And I had to fight him one-on-one because my teammates got KO'd way too quickly.
Whoa.
One of those what-if missions.
Hate it.
Oh, Opie, by the way, I don't know if I told you, but I actually have all the SA2 files now, so I'll get to work on that soon.
Oh, okay.
I know, who was it that hosted the Halloween TGP?
That's Geek.
Sonic Geek, yeah.
Well, I'll wait. I knew he was planning to upload that around Halloween, so I'll upload SA2 after those have all gone up.
Sounds good.
I can't believe it. You're really here.
Cool.
So this is actually a question that just popped into my head here. So for you guys that actually record or game related stuff, how long has it been? What is the longest gap in between recording sessions that you ever had?
Are you talking Let's Play wise or racing or everything altogether?
Just everything all together in this case, I guess.
Since I started, probably only about 3 months at most. There's always something going on, whether it's to be a Let's Play or if a race crops up. I would say probably between... No, I wouldn't even say 3 months. I'd probably say more like a month and a half.
Some time to recuperate before you come to the guild.
15 years.
You'll find the world has changed since you.
Okay. I have no fucking idea, dude.
No, I answered NJ's question. What's the longest gap in between gaming sessions? 15 years.
Oh, that is a long ass gap.
15 years could save you 15% or more.
Yeah, all the games I've recently played through, yeah, there was a 15-year gap because I hadn't played them since my teenage years.
Damn.
Alright, well,
But I'm sure for y'all, and I'm sure for y'all it's like a couple months. What about you, NJ?
Let's see. So in terms of recording stuff in particular, because that's what I'm just talking in general in this case.
Oh my bad.
I think,
Sorry.
Oh, it's really not an issue. It was an issue. It was still a decent answer for the question there. I'm trying to think, and I think that the longest I've ever gone without recording anything was the time. I mean, between it was the time for where I uploaded the last little bits of Peace Walker, and then just didn't upload anything for like a few months. Actually, let me go back. Let me scroll through all this and check just how much of a gap there was there.
This is some lively market.
It's the middle of the night, dude. There's not gonna be anybody here.
I know. I'm just saying.
What
do you want, a big orgy or something in the center?
Of course.
We can dream, can't we?
I suppose.
Turning it into Brazil, South America, baby.
South America.
Well, I guess we know what Opie's dreaming about when he goes to bed tonight.
Nah, fam.
The same thing he
that's a
dreams
real
about
thing.
every night.
Yeah, well,
So I just actually went back to look into the gap between part 34 and part 35 of that particular thing was 4 months.
oh, pretty good, pretty decent gap.
Although I had ordered a couple of things there. I recorded a few episodes of the series that only got up to 4 episodes and then didn't really go anywhere after that. So
that night in the castle. Your sister.
That's not bad. I've seen people take longer breaks. I believe NCS has taken the longest.
I wish the SP would take a long break. Like a really long break. Like
he can't take
retirement.
he can't take a long break. He has to keep making content so he can keep his full-time business going.
What?
His full-time business is sucking at games.
I thought it was masturbating on stream.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he told this story numerous times.
Yeah, I love it though. I think it's hilarious.
I love it when
Gross.
they just forget to turn off their cameras.
That's,
Oh my god.
This is not what we're here for.
I could see Opie doing something like that.
No.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be accidental.
Or maybe it would, and he just try to pass it off like it was accidental.
I mean, it's not like you can't catch people doing weird things through stream. Why do you think I'm so careful? There's a reason I give Paris so much shit about the fact that I could see his tabs during the Pokemon drafting. And he got caught on camera as well. We saw a tab for some, I think it was like some kind of hentai thing. I can't remember what it was. It was a while ago, but a couple more as well, but that's the one I remember. And he made sure to hide them the next time as well, I noticed. Not too sure wifey'd be too happy about that.
Probably not. Is she ever?
You'd have to ask Paris.
Yeah. I don't believe I've had the displeasure of meeting. I say displeasure on my behalf. Because,
To be fair, I don't think any of us have met his wife, you know, apart from the few times she's decided to troll him on race nights and stuff.
no, I mean him, and I have not talked to Paris.
Oh, you
That's
know?
boy. I don't know him, nor do I know Sonic Geek. Well, I've met him once. That's all. I don't really know. I know everyone else. I mean, I know that he's good at certain games, and that he loves to be a troll to some of y'all. Sucks to be you, quote unquote. But
He sucks.
No, tell me what you really feel.
He just absolutely sucks.
He admittedly has a few traits that people can find very, very annoying, admittedly.
Files. And everybody got quiet.
You don't want to make friends with him. You don't.
I'm not trying to make friends.
The opinions of Opie are not the opinions of the rest of the group.
All my friends are in this chat with the exception of GW.
To be fair, Wiz doesn't show up as often as everybody else, which is why he's not part of the main crew, for lack of a better word, so...
I guess the same would go for Diane. I haven't talked to him either, but I talk to him on Twitter all the time. So.
Yeah, he only usually comes to like the Metroid stuff and very occasionally something else if he's got nothing to do. Speaking of which, has anybody played Samus Returns?
No.
I have the game here, but it's still in its wrapping.
Whoa.
Fair enough. I mean, I assume you've had other stuff to play, so.
Yes.
Like your porn game.
That's true.
I can't believe those exist still.
What do you mean still? They've been more popular than ever.
last time I saw one was when I was in high school. That was probably in like 2000.
Then you're not looking far enough.
That ain't me.
They're not even
So,
that hard to find since Steam actually sells some.
What?
Yeah, where'd you think I got Dark Elf from?
What the? I don't even know what that is.
It's a
Maybe
porn game. It's a porn RPG game.
Never mind. Is it like real time or something?
It's got the oh, what do you call it? The active time battle system from like FF4 and stuff. Best I can put it in terms of that sort of thing. I noticed that a lot of the actual let's say genitalia and stuff is kind of blocked out with some funny pictures and stuff, but it doesn't really leave much to the imagination.
Oh man.
Use the front gate. Lucian's men will be expecting.
Too funny.
Follow me. I know another way in.
It really is great to have you back. I went back to the temple for a while. Same old nonsense.
And there goes the tumbleweed.
Nothing that ancient could possibly contain any wisdom.
I'm just listening to the banter between the characters in the game.
Dungeon. You're just strolling through this hole like it's nothing. Like, oh, I'm walking.
There's nothing I can do. I can't really speed this up, to be honest. So I can now, but I couldn't then.
Well, alrighty.
He likes to speed things up, he says.
I am the master of speed. Wait a second. I didn't mean that. No.
Okay, you gonna get it. You gonna get got.
Control's gonna be a little bit better.
Yo, Opie, how many lollies you got over there, bro? I know you holding out.
I don't know.
You're lying. Everybody knows how many they have. You're lying. You are you're trying to troll. Be real.
Come on, dude. You gotta share with the rest of us.
Yep. That was what I was getting at.
I'm not so sure if I want it to be shared with me, but okay.
Alright, I'll have NJ share them.
Yeah.
Does that mean
Oh
you'll
man, I
make
can't believe.
absolutely sure to show me then, or
So, sorry, I didn't hear you. Your thing cut out for a second for me.
does that mean you're going to make absolutely sure to show me?
Not me. Not me, bro. That's his whole deal.
So, you gonna be buying any more of your interesting games in the future for your PlayStation?
Me?
Yes. What would you think I'm talking to when I use interesting that way?
Wow.
I mean, admittedly, I'm a dirty bastard, but I don't actually buy physical copies of that shit.
No
I wish I had the Japanese version of it though. I mean,
Well, what's the difference?
I would have had more stuff. Well,
Opie, you have no shame. You would walk in if you were around in my time, you'd be that dude that would go to the sex shop and come out with a stack of porn magazines. Like, you don't give a fuck.
they had more stuff on their limited edition that we got. I mean, they got the art book, the CDs, but over there they got a poster.
Isn't there an anime of that game you were playing?
Yes, there is.
I
There's
thought
an
I
animated
saw
series.
something similar to it.
There's an OVA of it though on YouTube, and it's uncensored for some reason.
I'm surprised
And
they got
it's
away
on
with that on YouTube.
That's beautiful. 3 p.m. Central Time. What is that?
For you, it should be about 5 p.m. Is it? 2-hour difference.
Probably.
Are you working
Actually-
tomorrow, by the way?
No, I'm not. I'm off. I'm hoping to get a CGP 10 started soon.
Oh, which one's that?
That's my race. The Sonic one.
Oh, the Sonic one. I'm gonna lie, I completely forgot about that.
Everybody did.
I know PQ really wanted in on that.
Which one?
Perfect Quest. I couldn't remember his name there for a second.
I would like to drop somebody, but I feel rude if I do that.
Well, here's the thing. If he wants him that badly, I'll give him my spot.
I was thinking dropping Sinister.
I know who you meant, but...
I was gonna drop Sinister, but...
Oh yeah, I forgot you can only hit this thing when its light bulb's shining. There we go.
Opie, your hate for Paris burns so bright. What did he do to piss in your
With this thing though, I can see where Opie's coming from. Paris is a pain in the ass when it comes to scheduling and stuff, and getting files off him is even worse.
Right.
Okay.
He's not reliable.
Honestly,
Well,
I've
that
never
and
done
yours
much
is
of
I feel like
anything.
clearing the slate.
Pokemon drafting.
I feel like clearing.
I've never done anything like that with him,
Light
so
on,
I honestly
on
can't comment
CGP
on it.
10.
Sorry.
I feel like clearing. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we both have to
I feel like
apologize to
clearing the
to
slate.
each other.
Fuck.
Fine, just kiss and make up already.
No.
Yes. Kiss and make up.
I get where you're coming from, though. I do remember you saying that you were thinking of just scrapping the CGP10 and just redoing it so you could get a fresh set of players in.
Oh, yeah. I want to clear it and just get it refresh.
Here's the thing. Other than PTN, I don't think Paris has actually posted anywhere but to give him to give Gold his Shovel Knight files.
Right.
So I actually don't even know if he knows it's coming up.
Hey.
Can we trigger the next part, please?
He actually gave up the Mega Man 7 videos.
Oh yeah, I forgot you gave those up as well. You got those in pretty quick, actually. For him, anyway.
It's a new record.
No, he actually used to be fairly good with getting files in. It's been over the course of like the last 2 years he's been really bad with it.
Yeah, real life stuff, pretty much.
Which, again, I can understand, but then don't start fucking recording Let's Plays like Sonic Mania and Cuphead.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, y'all are really
Yeah, it's a little something called priorities, you know.
Yeah, Lex.
Has anyone actually said anything to him about that?
Lexi has been giving her files for
Shovel Knight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Again, I'm gonna try and convince Gold to make sure that race still goes up. Even if I have to edit the fucking thing.
She's gonna. Yeah, this is her last week to get those files, otherwise she's history.
I'm a bit surprised she's not been more eager to get those in, considering she actually didn't play that badly during that.
I hope nobody mentioned it to her. I want to see it happen.
Man, Opie, you're cold, but really, if she forgets, man, I mean, y'all ain't her, what, y'all her mans or something?
No, fuck her.
know.
Anyways, just see her be deleted. That's what I want.
What do you mean? What do you mean, fuck her? You probably would.
She's not worth it.
Oh.
I thought everyone was a goal for you.
She's not worth 2 cents.
Here's the thing. I still get on with Lexi fine and stuff, but she is easily the worst for getting files in, sadly.
She's a cunt.
I won't go that far, personally, but I can understand your annoyance with that. I say, this isn't even the first time it's taken forever. That fucking Sailor Moon race was delayed by about 8 months because she wouldn't get those files in.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's ridiculous.
I know. I mean, I'm a bit surprised Gold let her in the Shovel Knight race, considering how long we were waiting for those Sailor Moon files. So, always seems to be in fucking races I'm in as well that she does this. I've noticing.
That's so shitty, bro.
I was really looking forward to watching Shovel Knight. I may have to wait even longer. Watch as I tear apart Paris's dreams of victory right at the last second.
Yes. Do it, Turbo. Show him.
And despite the fact that all Power's pretty much going in blind, still beat Gold.
Oh, rough.
Which one?
You beat Gold, didn't you, at Shovel Knight, even though you were mostly blind, I believe.
I did.
And he'd actually put in a fair amount of practice as well for that.
Way to go.
Then what was this? There something else I forgot about? Oh yeah, I thought for some reason you were in the Pokemon race.
Which one?
No, the Fire Red race. I was thinking you were in that, but no, it was Michael that was in that.
No.
Didn't even do the last 5 parts and still beat Gold by a good solid hour.
That's where I had my famous, what have we learned?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good.
And the gambling gold.
We learned that
Yeah.
me and Majora can't fucking plan to save our lives.
And I'm like in the fucking commentary, I was like, come on, guys.
It's not our fault. I mean, we both blasted through the game pretty quickly, to be fair, but as soon as we got to the Elite Four, fuck no. Damn, they kicked our asses several times.
People got stuff to do. It's like, come on.
Stop the madness.
To be fair, I only have 15 minutes left and I actually finished the game as well in that second night, so...
Nice.
Shit is even worse than Roddy Tops.
At least it didn't take you 9 parts.
No, it took us 10.
Roddy Tops racing.
Well, the whole big race took 10, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'd gotten all the badges by the 5th part, so... It was literally just the Elite Four that kept us from finishing that for so long.
Yeah.
Alright.
Kinda still want to race another Pokemon game in the future, though.
We also said you were gonna redo that one that you lost the audio for on the stream.
Pokemon Crystal, maybe?
Which one are you talking about, Scarecrow?
I can't remember the name of it. Maybe Red?
Oh no, that wasn't a race though. That was
That's a stream.
the Pokedex challenge thing. Yeah, that was with my old headset, and it was the one that kept cutting out all the time, so people couldn't really hear me. I think you were actually the only one in the chat, dude.
Yeah,
but the audio was terrible, and I can't, in good conscience, just continue that one, so I'm just gonna restart it at some point.
Point taken. Because I remember that, because I was just like, man, I hope it's not my connection, but you're...
No, that was all me. That was when I was still on my old PC, so I kept having connection issues, but that was mainly due to the fact that I just... the headset was pretty much dead at that point, and I hadn't realized, so...
Right.
Unfortunately, it was also the night I did the finale of the original Fable game as well, so... The only problem is I can't really restart that one.
Nah.
Alright, finally fucking done with that.
No, this game it feels a little repetitive to watch. I'm sorry, it's just.
That's fine, dude. It is pretty I'll say this game's more fun to play than it is to watch. That's
There's
what I can
a
put it.
lot of games that are like that, honestly.
Alright, we're heading to Wraith Marsh. If you watch the first game live stream or any parts of it, the town that you start off in, was it Oakvale, I think, was the name of the original town? Where the hero lived originally. This is basically what's left of it at this point, is Wraith Marsh, that you're going to see in a few minutes.
Posting something off topic.
Don't you always?
Just put it on
Also-
gorilla
also
position.
I've also been doing a bit of reading, eating on stuff.
I'm a drink.
It seems kind of odd that the Xbox 360 emulator doesn't seem to be getting very much attention. Or maybe the Xbox line is cursed just to not be just to be completely ignored by even by emulation developers.
The 360 got a lot of love, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's not getting very much love from people, to be honest, people who develop emulators though. It's getting some love, arguably, but its progress is very slow.
Can't really say that surprises me, but like I say, even though the Xbox 360 was beloved by quite a lot of people, including myself, the fact of the matter is, Microsoft have not done themselves any favors in the last 10 years, so
Of course
you
not.
know, people are less interested in the Microsoft products now, at least in terms of video games.
Yeah. Amen.
I still remember watching that entire fucking train wreck of a E3 presentation where they were making the Xbox One out to be this whole multimedia thing, and nobody gave a fucking. The PlayStation 4 just took the absolute piss out of it. It was hilarious.
I think I remember seeing something like that.
Yeah,
on
I
my
watched the
timeline.
entire thing. It was. I couldn't stop. Well, I wasn't laughing my ass off, but I was just laid in bed giggling my ass off, I should say. Alright, so we're gonna get new enemies in a moment. I believe they're the Banshees, I think.
Carrying the Olympic torch.
Unfortunately, he will never be seen again.
I know. There were no Olympics this year. Sad music, please.
And then Opie was never seen again.
Oh.
Yeah, the feds finally found his lolly porn, of course.
Click.
What the fuck is the dog doing right now? Oh, there he is. Give me the keys. Give me the keys. Good boy.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Beware. The fog here is
Also, I'm gonna get up for just a minute and do something real quick.
Go ahead, dude.
Yeah. Enjoy.
So I'm gonna change the
I suggest you head there quickly.
Alright, I'm gonna upgrade the blades because I love upgrading the blades.
Christ.
And spell selector, where is it? Blades.
So I don't know what was going on there, but you saw how in the game there was a dog offering you a key there.
Yeah, sure, dog.
In real life, if my dog was doing something significantly less useful by repeatedly scratching at my door because it desperately wanted inside.
Dogs tend to do that.
So yeah, I don't particularly want her to damage my door.
Alright, so this is, as I said, this is the Drowned Farm. Again, you may remember this from Fable 1, obviously it's had a graphical upgrade and stuff since the original, but yeah, this is pretty much the first town from Fable 1 that's been drowned and burned and,
Whatever you
Really?
pretty much everything, yeah, I mean, it's a few differences here and there, but you might notice a couple of similarities. But here's that, same place. And we have the Banshees here for first appearance.
Does not look the same.
It does if you look close enough. Like, the basic layout is very identical in many ways, but it is hard to tell if you're not familiar with it as much as I am, because like I said, I played this fucking game to death and back, so... Right, can you fuckers just die already?
Honestly, it is getting pretty late for me, so I'm probably going to get off the call here and get ready for bed.
Alright, no problem, dude. Have a good night.
I wasn't
Alright,
particularly
brother.
wanting to stay up too late, so I guess I'll see you guys later. I just hope
Alright.
that the rest of the stream goes well.
I'm probably gonna be going less than an hour anyway for this anyway.
Okay.
Have a good night though, dude.
Alright, night.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Peace, bro.
And there goes the
Come on.
sexy radio voice.
Oh no, we no longer this
Oh.
stream no longer has any sex appeal. Damn.
Hey, I'm the backup sexy radio voice.
All right, you'll do, I suppose.
Of course I will. NJ has said so on Twitter. I'm pretty sure he was joking, but he said so.
I am trying desperately to fucking shoot this bitch. It ain't happening.
Yeah, shooting bitches is usually hard. I'm just being real.
Whatever. Can you just fucking die, please? Alright, I don't think that's actually doing any damage to her, so...
Yeah,
Take
he
a
said
couple of blades
he-
in the mouth.
What the
Jeez.
fuck?
No shit, fam.
Oh, fuck, I'm just gonna spam my fucking Chaos Spear. Fuck it.
Oh.
Spear.
Spear.
There you go. Ah, you like swords in the mouth, don't you, bitch?
Don't forget your jackhammer.
Jacking it.
I said jackhammer, bro. I mean, he said mouth if the jackhammer. Genetic jackhammer.
I should also point out, even, you know, obviously you can't die and stuff in this game, but there's actually no difficulty selection. You're basically stuck on the same setting as everybody else who plays this game.
Ouch.
It's not necessarily hard as long as you level up and as long as you like level things up and stuff. So. Oh, apparently you can shoot her. Okay. Or it,
Shoot her in the
whatever.
face. Make sure you shoot her in the face.
I play my spell card, Swords of Revealing Light.
Damn.
These real references.
Sounds like some shit out of Magic the Gathering.
That's Yu-Gi-Oh.
If it was
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Never played. Never watched.
I've
either.
got about 10,000 Yu-Gi-Oh cards upstairs.
if only if
sure.
it was if only if it was revealing.
Oh fuck.
I got some Pokemon
It's a
cards around here.
fucking cloth, dude. It's essentially a Dementor from Harry Potter. There's nothing under there.
Nice.
If only with the snap of my fingers.
I'm pretty sure you're the person that would fucking stand in front of the television while Samara's coming through trying to get a blowjob as she comes through it.
It's just like I want to have that power just by the snap of my fingers. Just women's clothing.
Ah, the dress break
Yes, dress break.
from High School DxD, yeah.
Oh, crossdresser. My bad.
No, no.
I know you've not watched the series yet, Opie, but
I gotta get out of here.
I was just gonna say I know you've not watched the series yet, but the fourth season has been announced, so it's coming out next year. There's a trailer and everything. Has a couple of the characters getting rather up close and personal with Issei,
Yes.
including my wife, who Akano.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Turbs is married?
I wish.
One day,
Why
brother.
the fuck can I not kill this this fucking boss already? One sliver of health, that's all it's gonna take. One hit, that's all I need.
One hit.
Here's the thing, usually I believe at this point I have like, I have like max blades or something like that, so I can usually not one-shot her, but I can two-shot her fairly quickly. This is, again, me coming out with the fucking speed strats back in the day, but there! Fucking took long enough. God damn it, that was annoying.
Well done.
The dog's just happily doggy paddling here.
But be careful. There may be more.
You know, there's a big fucking banshee there, but no, the dog's having the time of his life.
I may use
Now-
contact with you again because of the fog.
there was a bridge right at the beginning. You could, if you remember at the beginning of the Fable 1, after you fall asleep, you might remember that your village was burning down. You had to make your way back to your house. This was the path you took up here, and then everything was on fire, if you remember, and then you went across this bridge that was on fire. Might actually be able to find the house. No, it's not. The house is no longer here. They're in ruins. But I do remember it. In fact, Teresa here is actually telling the story of what happened in Oakvale, so if you're any interest in that, go play the game yourself, or watch this back, or don't, whatever, I don't really care.
Oh, wow.
To be fair, it's an RPG with storytelling and stuff. It's not very good, it's just a lot of fun, that's all, with the humor and shit like that, so that's why I like it so much.
Fair enough, baby.
Is Nova still here, by the way? I haven't heard him in a while.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, thank God, I thought he died. That would have been awkward.
No.
Yeah, that extra long cigarette finally got him.
Yeah, except I don't smoke.
Well then.
Yes, I know NJ wants to keep making that joke.
To be perfectly honest, you better be lucky he's saying it looks like a cigarette. I think it looks like something else, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Well, I got an idea what you're thinking, but no, it's not that either.
You know, you could avoid all this if you just chose a different avatar, dude.
It's not even the avatar. It's just it's so small. It's hard to make out what it is sometimes. That's all, bro. But I know
I've heard plenty of ladies say that to me.
Oh, dang! Get me. Poor ladies.
Okay, I lost some experience there. I actually didn't lose much. I only lost 457. It's actually the lowest I've had so far.
Man, it's better than that dude that was draining like what?
Thousands.
1,500?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1,500. What the fuck? 100. The fuck?
So yeah, I didn't actually. As you were saying earlier, I didn't actually realize the wrestling was tomorrow night. I thought it was like a week away. So yeah, that's my Sunday night set anyway.
Yeah, I still haven't watched Hell in a Cell. What was it? Trash? I don't. It's been a long week. I don't really remember.
I thought it was okay. A lot of people really liked it. I thought it was just okay though. I have to admit, I didn't think much of it overall.
I mean, the KO Shane Sammy thing was cool, but
it was cool. But the actual match itself, up until that point, I thought was very meh. I've seen a lot better Hell in a Cell matches.
yeah, his one with Undertaker was better than that one.
Arguable, but again, I don't think either were exactly top 5 Hell in a Cell matches. So
I know that, but just the fact that this fool can jump off the cage like that.
oh, Shane McMahon's a fucking. He is something else when it comes to wrestling. Obviously, he's not a particularly good wrestler, but for a guy that's in his mid to late 40s, I believe, and not particularly, you know, not someone that wrestles every couple of nights. He's actually not bad.
Yeah.
I also don't think the tag team Hell in a Cell was all that good either. I mean, it was good, but I was actually expecting a lot more. I think the best match actually that I enjoyed was Rude versus Ziggler.
And my problem with this is that Bobby Roode looks so weird to me without James Storm. That's why I'm kind of turned off.
You want beer money back, do you?
Yeah, I love Bobby, and I love the Cowboys separate as well, but they just, you know, every superstar they put on the main roster, if they aren't immediately in a title picture, that's why both Neville and Aries are gone, and Nia Jax went on maternity leave. Everybody's all, and you know, with Bray and Roman gone, everyone's all shitty.
Yeah, but those are only gone for health reasons, so.
Yeah, I know,
They'll be back.
but people just shitting on it. I want to give it a chance. I really do. It's just 5-on-3. I want to give it a chance, man. Fuck off. But I can't. I don't know about Angle in a TLC match.
I'm just watching because I want to see how Angle copes in a WWE ring after so long.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I put a Kurt Angle video on Gorilla.
The last match I saw him wrestle, it wasn't a bad one. I can tell you that.
Oh, the last thing I saw him wrestle was against Joe Hendry in WCPW. So
last match I saw was him versus EC3, and he was actually injured during that match. So
I say Kurt Angle can still go. It's just, can he still do the WWE style as well as he used to? Oh, no fucking banshee.
Against some of the guys on the roster, yeah, I mean, bro, there's like really only 5 superstars on both brands that are even worth taking a second look.
True. But don't worry, Bray will be back and getting underutilized soon. Roman will be back destroying everybody's dreams soon. You know, you haven't got long to wait, dude, I'm sure.
Destroying everybody's dream shit. He's fulfilling mine.
Well, at least he's fulfilling somebody's.
Shield back.
Which I still say was way too early.
Damn right, dude. I was happy and everything, but I'm just like, dude, if they're building, you know, all that stuff for Mania, they're gonna have a random Shield breakup, and then the story is not gonna make any sense at that point.
It's like I said this last week during the wrestling thing, but that needed more to it than that. That needed like a fucking era-defining reason for them to come back. You know, not fucking Miz and his.
I don't think. Not a 5-on-3 match between the Bar, the Miz, Kane, and Braun. What the hell?
You know, I don't like Roman. I've said this plenty of times. Well, I know, sorry. I don't like Roman's position on the card, I should say. But
yeah.
Here's the thing. I will say this. All 3 of those guys are pretty big deals in the WWE. They should be there for a reason, not for fucking mid-carder and his entourage of followers. It's fucking stupid.
I mean, Miz is a former world champion, granted, but is there anybody else on that other side that has been a world champion? I can't even remember. Well, other than Kane, but Kane's old school champion.
I can't.
He was the one that had the Attitude Era belt.
Yep, only for a day though.
For a night, yeah.
He had the World Heavyweight title for a while as well.
183 days, tied for 3rd with Chris Benoit.
It's actually quite nice to actually see him with the big gold belt for a little while. I think people thought back then that he was actually going to leave at that point, because it was like a thank you sort of thing.
Yeah. I missed the big gold belt too. It was actually
interesting.
So do I. It was actually interesting.
Admittedly, the current world titles are not as bad as the fucking spinner, but...
Yeah.
Still missed the big gold one.
Yes. The one that Goldberg and Booker T and Benoit and many others held in WCW and in WWE. Big Show. All them.
Can I just run past this area? Oh, I can just skip this. Okay then. No, I can't. Okay, it's not gonna let me go any further.
Oh, what do y'all think about Undertaker coming back? I heard a rumor about that too.
Put him with someone that can actually carry a match, sure. Otherwise, don't bother. There's no point anymore.
You right.
I love Taker's character, don't get me wrong, but he was past his prime years ago. Now it's actually a little bit sad to see him wrestle now, to be honest.
Which one?
Taker.
Fair enough.
Alright, getting pretty fucking bored of these banshees now. So you can just die. Thank you. Would you please just make yourself vulnerable so I can attack you? Please.
Dude, you just sounded like a predator right there. No, I'm just fucking with you.
I don't care if I did. I just want this bitch dead already. It's annoying me. I just realized, by the way, Opie, we're close to the prostitute town as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He might go mute, y'all. He might go mute. If he does, I'm gonna be roasting his ass.
Fap.
No, I'm not gonna be.
I still am. If you ever get caught doing that on stream, bro, I'm gonna have so much fun. I have a field day, bro.
What the fuck?
You just don't
I got
know.
knocked out, but because I have nothing to lose, it doesn't matter.
Well, that's nice. Battered women syndrome much? I'm just fucking with
Damn.
Come on, let's just take care of these fuckers. Where is the big bitch herself? And then you're here. Ah, there she is. Come on. Make yourself vulnerable so I can hit you. Right. Oh, there's one left. I didn't see that one there. Come on, nearly there. Nearly there. Reload the fucking pistol. Yes, there you go. She's dead. Finally. Damn it.
Very impressive. Few survive Banshee attacks.
And there's a couple of things I can check out here.
Nearly safe.
I got flaccid celery. Oh, another term for my penis. Pop-up bonnet. And nothing else here. Didn't catch a word of what Nova said, unfortunately.
I said, alright, first try on that.
I said, again, a lot of these enemies aren't exactly difficult, it's just...
I wasn't talking about that. I was referring to the instructor course I had to do here, and I got on the first try.
Oh, I see. You're still playing Final Fantasy?
No.
Kingdom Hearts,
playing,
sorry?
Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 on my Switch.
I do want to actually try one of those games out. So I'm not really into fighting games, but I do like Dragon Ball Z, and I did like the look of them.
Oh, yeah.
So.
They're worth playing. I gave you that. I got all the Buddha guys, so.
Ooh, Yamcha
They're
with a
worth playing.
special class.
Get the fuck out of here with Yamcha. I specifically play Vegeta, Piccolo, Goku, and
Yeah.
main storyline, and Broly.
But I mentioned special class edition. I'm talking about he's actually offering a limited time class, which is what, I don't know if anybody's seen the original Dragon Ball, you know that whole...
Oh, I love the original Dragon Ball series.
Yeah, remember when Roshi had Goku and Krillin find that turtle stone?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, well, Yamcha's course is basically finding a certain number of turtle stones and then getting back in a certain amount of time. It's actually an enjoyable mission here. Get TP medals out of it, which is a good way of getting those. Okay, I gotta bring back 5 or more.
Oh, wow.
Bit of a spoiler, but I actually have Let's Played a Dragon Ball game that's going to be coming up in the next 12 months.
Wow.
But it's probably not what you're expecting. It's not a fighting game. It's it's part fighting, part side-scrolling beat 'em up, and part platformer called Dragon Ball Advanced Adventures.
Oh, okay.
That actually sounds pretty dope.
It's actually a really good game. The only problem is it never got a sequel or anything. So it basically covers the entirety of like Goku's kid story. So everything from him being found by Bulma to him taking on the original Piccolo.
Ah, Demon King.
Yeah.
The original Demon King. OG.
Man.
It's a really good game though.
Cool.
But I think the creators may not have liked Chi-Chi because she's nowhere in the game.
Well,
He's in.
let's be honest. Is that necessarily that big of a loss?
Oh no, but here's the thing. Do you remember the character Snow?
Yes. Vaguely.
No.
She was like a character that appeared for maybe 3 or 4 episodes while Goku was taking on the Red Ribbon Army. Army.
She was like a village in like the icy.
Yeah, that's her. She had red hair.
Yeah.
Basically, she's given her own sprites and everything, but you know, she was literally just a nothing character. Another character they didn't put in that I just realized is Launch. I don't think they put her in. Then again, I think the original creator said that the reason she wasn't in Z much was he forgot she existed.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, Launch was only in Z in like the Saiyan saga. Yet.
Pretty much.
Ooh, we got 10 TP bars. Sweet.
And then she disappeared. I'm assuming she's in jail because she went and robbed a bank like she usually did when she was blue-haired Launch. Or no, sorry, blonde-haired Launch. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, last time I remember her being in Z during the Saiyan saga was basically at a bar getting drunk because he heard that Tien died. Obviously, that was during the fight against Nappa.
Yeah, they were doing like a romance thing between those two, weren't they? I forgot about that.
Yeah. It was more kind of one-sided, though, because I don't know how much Tien was actually interested in her and all that, too.
I'm pretty sure he's been fucking Chaozu all these years.
What the fuck?
Well, who says that Chaozu's the boy? He may just be into lollies like Opie here.
Oh.
No.
Yes, sir. They gotta get them lollies.
It's a shame because I actually do like all of Dragon Ball apart from GT, but I think Dragon Ball Z peaked really early. I don't think anything beat the Saiyan saga.
It didn't.
As soon as that was over, you know, and it just felt like everything took way too fucking long. The Frieza saga was... The actual Frieza thing where Goku finally going Super Saiyan was great, but the fact that it took so many fucking episodes to get there, and then the same with Cell, and then the same with fucking Majin Buu. No,
Yeah, it took like 15 or 20 episodes and powering up to finally get it. Get that out of here.
By the way, just curious, how far are they on the dubbed version of Dragon Ball Super? Like, what episode do you know, or?
I'm pretty much caught up. But I've only been watching the dub. I haven't been watching the original.
I'm sorry, referring to the dub. I mean, how far are they in terms of the dub episodes?
Oh, how far are they? Oh, fuck, what was the last step? They're currently doing like the matchup things with the universes, taking one. Universe. Is it Universes 7 and 8 taking one another on with
6 and 7?
6 and 7, sorry.
Yeah.
So you got like
yeah, you've got
Lord
like,
Beerus and his brother basically trying to have a pissing contest by getting fighters.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're probably getting to around episode 30-ish.
Yeah, 35, I think, at this point.
35, yeah.
Thereabouts, anyway. I've been enjoying Super. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but...
Yeah, I enjoy Super as well.
The thing I hear from a lot of people is it's not like Dragon Ball Z, which I'm actually thankful for, because that just means less filler. Or at least less entertaining filler.
Yeah.
Well done.
Because the one thing I hated about Z was the fighting took way too long. Like you said, it took them about 15 fucking episodes to power up the Spirit Bomb.
Yeah.
It takes 14 episodes just to...
Well, it didn't actually take that many. It was just...
It took a lot longer than it really should have. And
Dude,
yeah,
no, I'm not trolling. I'm not exaggerating. Like, every day for 3 weeks straight, I would come home from junior high, and the Frieza saga would be on, and at the end of every episode, whether it was Goku, Krillin, Gohan, or Piccolo, it was somebody powering up for 15 episodes. Can't nobody tell me different. I don't care.
I was the same fucking thing. Coming home and watching the fucking thing on Toonami. It's just like, okay, when is it gonna be done?
Yeah, and this again, this is why while I like Dragon Ball Z, I do think the original Dragon Ball series is the best, and this is why I actually like Super, is the fact that it gets things done a lot quicker, and there's a lot more entertainment, there's a lot more jokes, there's a lot more silliness, which is what I actually do enjoy with what I actually enjoyed with Dragon Ball. I mean, the first episode of Dragon Ball has young Goku stripping down and taking a piss in the river.
Well,
but it's got a lot more Bulma though. Sorry.
Yeah, well, there's definitely a lot less filler in Dragon Ball Super. I mean, there's just some episodes here and there. That's about it before you get to the next die. There's nothing like, say, like Garlic Jr. was in Dragon Ball Z, which is basically filler, and the whole saga with a filler.
Sorry that I killed the mood. Sorry.
Well, we just decided to ignore you.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the Prazi town, by the way.
Yeah.
At Bloodstone.
Bloodstone. Bloodstone. Not that kind of bloodstain.
Bloodstone, not bloodstain. Oh, would you have a period fetish as well now or something?
No.
Wait, is this the house? Is this that house you were talking about? That brothel?
No, that's in Fable 3. This is the house. That's the house of the third hero that you need to recruit.
Sorry, Opie, no trick house this time.
Actually, let's show off a couple of these lovely ladies, shall we?
That was still one of the top 5 episodes on the channel. That was so
I got her
funny.
here.
Of course.
You don't feel like a little bit more cushion with the ladies here?
Hey guys, it's getting to be them hours over here in the south and on the east coast. Everybody shoot your shot. DM your favorite female and tell her how you feel and screenshot your response.
Or in Opie's case, probably just send a dick pic.
Probably.
Shut up.
Oh, what the fuck is this? Oh, shit. Dude, I just walked outside to a damn rainstorm. That's why I'm WTFing. The hell is this? Random ass Texas weather?
So I'm actually going to head back to Bowerstorm. I've got a decent amount of gold here. I'm going to buy 1 or 2 more places.
Surfs up in Texas.
It's been absolutely pissing it down here as well recently. We've had a couple of floods.
At least that won't float away like that tropical storm, bro.
Surfs up in Texas.
All I need is
What's the range here tomorrow as well, so.
Right that way.
Surf's up, dude.
Oh, Jesus fuck.
Oh, speaking of which, hey Turbo, I know you won the TMNT race. That was your revenge thing, but have you played any of the other 2 games on the NES? I know you brutal raced the Turtles in Time one, but
I played the second one, which is like the first like side-scrolling beat 'em up. I played that, which was an unlockable in one of the PS2 Turtle games. I think Battle Nexus it was for the PS2. I think that one had an unlockable, which was that. I played that one. Yeah, that was the only one I've actually played other than that Turtles in Time, which you've already mentioned. So.
Oh, okay. I used to have the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Beat it so many times. I had the original one too, but only got to the end one time. And of course, Shredder killed me in 2 attacks. So.
Here's the thing. I watched the Ninja Turtles back in the day, but I was never a massive fan of the series, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I know. You'd think 2003 is superior.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I disagree.
That's fine.
Only time I'll ever agree with Paris. Ever.
I'll buy this store. I always preferred the fact that the 2003 was more story driven, like an over all arc to each season, and all of them were interconnected and had more character development. But I can, if you like a little bit more silliness and stuff, I can understand enjoying the 87 cartoon a lot more.
Yeah. I feel you. Damn.
But 2003 Superior and GTFO.
Well then.
Alright, so as you can see here, I'm getting nearly 900 gold per 5 minutes now with all my investments, so to speak. So, and the dog's found something, so I'm going to see what he's found. Ooh, dildo. Okay.
Nice dildo.
Nah, there's no actual dildos in the game. There's condoms, but not dildos.
Well, gotta protect yourself some way.
Yeah, gotta wrap the willy.
Yeah. Don't be silly. Wrap your willy, and if you're gonna tap, wrap. Sir.
Open the flaps.
Nah, man. One time I had a homeboy who literally hit on a girl. We were sitting in a restaurant, and
Can I get this? Oh, yeah, I can get
the girl
this.
comes up, whatever, and all he says to her is, "So what's good on the menu?" She tells him, "Okay, well, if I order this, does your number come with it?" He got her damn number. Oh.
Hey, fair play to the guy.
Yeah. I mean, he was one of those type of dudes who would have a different girl every night of the week.
Ah,
so,
that type. Fair. I see what you mean. A cunt, basically.
It is what it is. Well, yeah, and he was a short guy on top of it, so he had that Napoleon complex.
I'm short, but I'm short, but I have it where it matters. I guess is his mentality.
Well, I mean, and I'm honestly just call it how it is. He was white. He wishes he was black. I don't know why.
Okay, so I think did I forget to download the DLC for? Well, I got that one, but other side, yeah, I need to. I keep forgetting I gotta download the other DLC for this. I actually have it, but I don't know where it's gone on my my hard drive.
Just like Opie trying to find the lollies.
Ooh.
What?
You set me up for that, bro.
Could be a new Indiana Jones film. Opie Man and the ooh, what would be a good title for that, actually? Nah, that's not really good enough.
Indiana Opie.
That's actually pretty good.
Oh.
Indiana Opie and the Legend of the Lollies.
Yes! Goats! Trademark
Get Steven Spielberg on the fucking phone. Can I not?
Trademark
Oh, there it is. Alright. It's 6:05. I'm actually gonna end this off here.
Indiana Opie, Raiders of the Lost Lolly.
Oh, man.
Lovely. Alright, so I do need to explain something.
Tentacles. Why does it have to be tentacle?
Because it does. Alright, Scarecrow already knows.
What's up?
I was
Go ahead, sorry.
Scarecrow already knows this, but Nova and Opie don't. Earlier tonight, my internet actually went down, so I'm gonna take this down, and I'm gonna. Well, I'll leave it on up, but I'm actually gonna put up a edited version where I actually did one of the things off screen because I didn't know if the internet was gonna come back or not. So I'll upload that. I'll upload the full version in a couple days, or maybe tomorrow if I get around to it. I'm not sure. Other than that, I don't think I have a lot to say. There's not actually a lot of the game left. There's at most 2 hours, and that's only if I take my time. So I'm thinking next week. I don't know if I'm gonna do this next week or not, but meh. Alright, well, Scarecrow, thank you for joining me for the entirety of the stream.
Always.
Nova, Opie, thank you for coming.
Yep.
Thank you,
Sure.
as always.
Oh, good, he's still alive. Even though he's not here, thank you to NJ as well. Hope he's getting some, well, much needed rest, apparently, from what it sounded like. But next time we visit Fable, We will be visiting Opie's favorite town in the game, Bloodstone, and maybe pick up a couple of hookers. Who knows? We'll see. Unfortunately, there's no like graphic content or anything, so it can be kind of wasteful, sadly. I don't think I have anything else to say unless you guys want to plug something.
No, I've got nothing.
I've got nothing.
There you go, guys.
Go check out Opie's videos. You can find them by the clickbait.
Clickbait my ass.
They're
not
clickbait.
No, they're not.
It's fucking clickbait.
No.
Fucking big Opie's on every fucking thumbnail. It's clickbait, dude.
No,
Yeah, what would you not call that except clickbait?
I mean, it's a perfectly legitimate strategy, dude, but call it what it is.
Okay, clickbait.
Oh, please. You and I were talking about... We had to go and look for fucking Coco stuff for the fucking race, dude. Now, that wasn't awkward at all, but...
What?
Yeah,
Wait,
the Crash Bandicoot free race, we both ended up having to look for fucking... Etchy Coco Bandicoot thumbnails. Because I was the one... He technically hosted it, but I edited the fucking thing, so... That was an interesting internet search.
Yeah.
Sure.
I could have done without.
How about Super Mario Sunshine?
Yeah, I was just gonna mention that.
That was fucking easier to find, though. Speaking of which, I'm not fucking searching for more fucking thumbnails when I have to do the Insane Trilogy race for you, dude. Fuck that. You want them? You fucking get them for me.
I'll try, how about Sonic Adventure 2?
No, because that's my race. I hosted it.
God damn it, no!
There'll be no etchy pictures there.
No, I want...
What the hell? No, man. Yo, somebody send me the uncut footage, man. I want to see if this is actually edgy.
Just go look up Opie's channel and you'll see just tons of clickbait everywhere. Seriously, it's worse than the fucking MatPat video.
Wow.
But obviously more etchy, of course.
Should I post my channel then?
Yeah, go ahead. Alright, for the stream though, this is going to be it for the day. As I said, the entire stream actually has been about 4.5 hours, so it has been going for a while altogether. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week.
Yep. See ya.